Started to take care of some stuff right before we came on, but we're here now. And we love you and we appreciate you, especially if you hang around. And even though you detest, I don't know. I hope you enjoy the music on our starting soon screen. I hope you find it soothing. Cradle you, get you all relaxed and ready to go. It's time to make that one extra snack run, drink run, whatever. I don't know. But anyways, how you doing? Welcome to Legendary Action. We're all here to play Dungeons and Dragons. We're a bunch of passionate nerds with little to no remarkable talent who are just gonna, we're just gonna play. We're gonna play D&D.
Go play hard.
And we love it. Everybody likes D&D, right? Everybody at the table? Yeah, we all like it.
Oh, no. I could take it or leave it.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it.
This is definitely not the thing I look forward to all week.
Definitely not me either, especially when our bard is in such a interesting and precarious position in the moment, all by him lonesome into the woods.
Hey, man, I was saying...
off last week.
Off to the death that goes! To my death that goes!
Since new rebirth into a man that's had wild sex with a strange creature.
I'm just praying to God it's not a hag.
It's totally a hag.
Someone who keeps the illusion up, right? It's like the magical version of...
Oh, beer goggles. We're good.
Yeah.
Way better beer goggles.
Magical beer goggles.
Aren't all beer goggles kind of magical? Just saying, dude. You know what they do. Beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. But that being said, Twitch. We have Discord. Hit us up on our Discord, Twitter, Instagram. We have all the links are right down there in the description. And we appreciate any one of you who participates in our Discord and our discussions and stuff. A little slow this week, but whatever we get is whatever we get, and we appreciate it. But I like talking to people, so hit me up if you want to. I'm on there. We're all on there, right? We're all in the Discord?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we are all in there.
I'm on Discord at least.
So if you want to criticize the bard and his bad decisions in life, Discord's the place to do it, and I think you should. I think we all should, on a regular basis.
And when everything goes horribly wrong, feel free to clip it.
Yeah, exactly. Or when everything goes horribly right, feel free to clip it. I love to see
that's going to happen?
It's going to be a lot less often.
No, not at the rate some of our people like pushing the fucking bad buttons on Mixer.
D&D plans, they don't work.
I find the best plan is to not have one.
That being said, bringing it up, we stream on both Mixer and we stream on Twitch as well. And on Mixer, you get the extra added benefit of recurring sparks and extra points that you could spend on buttons like buying the party's health potions, items, bad stuff like failed critical rolls and stuff, saves. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you really want to mess with somebody here at this table you don't like their character?
For $0.
Yeah, for $0.
$0. It's all you watch. You earn points as you watch.
Yep.
Courtesy of Microsoft and then Mixer, and then you can spend it however you want. But if you do swap over, you may think the prices are a little high, but you can get sparks watching anybody, including members of the Bearded family, or just other good streamers. Or I think there's some easy listening music channels on there too. So.
Oh yeah, there's a Monster Cat radio channel on Mixer that you can just go right in there and listen to. And you want to know why? Because Microsoft doesn't care who comes after them in court. Because they're not going to win.
They may win, but in 100 years.
Yeah, in 100 years after litigation. After appeal, and then by then, they've already saved up the quarterly earnings necessary to pay off the $30 million they're about to lose in the lawsuit.
It's like those family feuds where you don't even really know how it started. It's like they were suing us for something. But it's been 100 years, so I really forget what that's all about.
I'd make a joke about the thing that shall not be named, but it can't be named.
Yeah.
The one company who comes down.
You mean the video gaming N-word?
It shall not be named.
Are you talking about the Nintendo?
We're demonetized. It's not monetized.
The band.
Yeah. You ban Hammer.
We're sorry, Nintendo. Spare us.
Please don't come down on this. We love you. I'm a big fan of your games. Don't hurt us.
Come on, what do you gotta say?
Yeah, Duck Hunt. Listen, you might want to sue us even more because he brought up Duck Hunt. I'm a fan of Legend of Zelda. Don't sue me.
Hey, Duck Hunt, you could play as the ducks if you had another controller.
We kid, Nintendo. But
We're
seriously,
friends, right?
Don't.
email.
But yeah, if anybody wants to make the jump over the mixer, like I highly recommend it. You can interact with the party a lot more directly and kind of affect the outcomes of the games and scenarios. We do actually have, because a perfect example is I do have a classic encounter that someone purchased on Mixer, so the party eventually is going to have to fight a classic Dungeons and Dragons fantasy trope monster. Things that fit that are chimeras, hydras, dragons, displacer beasts, beholders, all
That all
sorts.
sounds awful.
All sorts of things fit in that category.
Mice, cats, dogs.
Yeah, dire rats in the basement of the tavern definitely fits the trope of a classic D&D.
Yo, can I have that?
It's not exciting, but it definitely fits. You know,
Animals.
Yeah, you can.
vampire.
Mice.
We don't mind. We don't mind not exciting when it comes to classic.
Yeah,
Wink,
Giants.
Andy, wink,
That's
wink.
another great one. You guys have already fought giants,
Giants are
technically.
good.
Ogres are giant king. You guys have already fought some.
See, giants
So-
wouldn't be too bad. Giants.
And so
suck,
one of them
but
takes the
I'll take
wheel
over a
off of a
chimera.
cart and throws it at you like a discus.
It's painful.
Yes. And it hits the ground, skips, and slams into somebody.
And-
Different game.
Explodes all of your
But
sections.
Different games.
anything else that we need to go over tonight? Do you have anything you want to bring up?
But if you want, if you're not switching over to Mixer for whatever reason, and you just feel like hanging out on Twitch, we also have the fancy new plugin they released. We've had it for a little while now, but if you don't know about it, if you highlight over the screen on the left-hand side, there will be a toolbar, and it pops out, and it has all our characters, and you can look at our character sheets, and it shows our health and status effects, and all this cool info. If you're like, oh wow, that was a big hit, I wonder how much health they have left. You can see, and it's scary, because it probably won't be a lot. But yeah, so that's
considering most of us don't have a lot to begin with.
yeah, but it's a cool new feature. You can look at our stat bonuses and I think equipment, and then if we get poisoned, and you don't know what that means, it'll show up there and say, oh,
Speaking of,
he's
is that all
poisoned.
open?
This is exactly what that means. So some nuanced things that people who are not very familiar with 5e will get some insight on. So yeah, so that's a cool feature. But yeah, that was about it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Did everyone have a good holiday? Get
Yeah.
anything cool?
No?
I got new tires. I got all new tires for my car. That's how I know I'm growing up. So that was my best gift.
Oh, I grew up so fast.
I got some power tools. That was cool.
See, that's growing up too.
I got to sleep in.
I really hope your family isn't watching
Yeah, no,
and
right?
supporting you and
Hey, listen.
then be like, oh yeah, that's how you really put the power tools.
I know, he's like, I got power tools, turned them in for credit already. I was like, what the fuck? Last time you get shit.
Listen, my family knows I'm an asshole. It's not a secret.
Oh jeez.
It is implied.
It's pretty explicit, actually.
That's terrible, dude.
I know.
That's terrible.
They get over it. You feel like an asshole for a little bit.
Don't get over it or not.
Yeah.
Messed
Yeah.
up, dude.
Well, I mean, that's
yeah.
that's exciting, dude.
I know, right? I got my own drill.
Yay!
I'm a builder now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna use it to build a table.
They're just grown men toys, dude. They're still toys.
That's
Okay,
pretty much.
they're just grown men toys.
Our next table. That's what it's for.
Hey, there's probably some people in the Reno D&D community that would be down for you to hook them up with the table.
Well,
Yeah, especially considering the design that you were thinking of putting together for our new one.
yeah. Yeah, the new one's gonna be better. For sure.
New table.
Yep, definitely.
And since I don't have a deadline, it'll be, much better.
That's fair.
And years in the making.
Years in the making.
Years in the making.
Is it? It's right there.
It's
Is it
gonna
right
be-
there above world peace?
It's gonna
like
be my.
Mike's
It's
list
gonna
of
be
things
my
to do?
Mona Lisa. You're gonna keep asking for it, and I'm just gonna say it has to be perfect.
I'm not a fan of that painting, so
Okay, that's
Please
fair.
don't deliver a Mona Lisa.
All right.
yeah.
All I'm gonna hear one day is, hey, where's Matt? I don't know. but
I'm a
David's
bigger
here."
fan of Impressionism, so you're barking the wrong tree on that one.
Okay, you know what?
You bring me a Mona Lisa, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, you're like, let's be like the Mona Lisa. You finally bring it over, and we're like, this is it.
There's shit all over your hard work, Matt.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean that.
should
That all
play.
being said, yeah, I think we're all ready and excited and worked up, and I'm in good spirits. I've been looking forward to this all week. So
I'm in great spirits.
We're gonna run the intro, and then we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. So we'll be right back.
Like 8 minutes.
Welcome to the adventure.
Oh man.
Coming soon. Mike's gonna die. We'll have an open seat.
Oh, didn't you know that?
Apply below.
Didn't you know that's how it works, Mike? Happened to Louie, it's gonna happen to anyone.
If you die, you get replaced.
If you die,
Drop
you're
your show.
out.
You're off the island.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Last man standing. Cash prize.
Yeah.
I was so happy because I
Oh
thought,
man, that would be a legit way to run like a D&D game show, wouldn't it, man? Just like
Yeah.
you have a
Battle
whole bunch
Royale
of
style.
battle royale style. You're like last person through the dungeon with their original character like wins the prize pool, dude. You know, it's, every man down gets who's
That's better.
open up a spot at the table and just keep going.
And
That
I
is
just
not
can't lean forward.
that is not the right thing.
I
That
should
is
just
not
never
correct.
lean forward.
So last week we left off. You had decided to help a couple find their missing daughter.
Didn't we really have a
mistake.
choice?
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
but
did
it
know.
didn't feel like a choice.
No, it was totally a choice. We can tell that priest to screw off. God favor us.
No, you could have just told him like we just don't have the time, or we'll get to it later. Like we can, like yeah, you agreed to do him a favor for them bringing Alfarius back from the dead.
Damn it.
But you could have very easily just said like we can get to it, or we would like to do something. We have something more important to do than find this missing person. People go missing all the time.
Should have just gave
Yeah.
him gold.
You know.
Or it could just say, we're liars.
Probably the worst way to go about it.
Oh, jeez.
Should have just gave him gold. Yeah.
Well, and I'm not the same dragonborn, and I push him.
What are you going to do? Kill him? Take it back?
Well, now that you said it.
But you agreed to help. You went, you interviewed the family. They told you about their daughter, everything they could to give you a physical description. The dress she was wearing was yellow and white trim, and you set off in search of clues as to her disappearance. Choosing to go all the way to the farm to kind of investigate the areas where she used to go into the woods and speak to her imaginary friends or creatures or things of the woods when she was a small child. She actually disappeared from their town home in Greencrest, but you guys wanted to go to the farm instead for a while.
Lies. Nah.
So then, in the middle of investigating, the bard walked into the woods, and in Sylvan openly invited
spirits.
whatever to approach him.
I'm the bard.
An open invitation to the wilderness, and he got a response. An angelic, beautiful, and graceful, soft voice singing lulled him into the forest. And upon approaching the location, finding a small footpath, and then further laid in with stones and stone steps, made his way to a small pool of water, and there he saw an amazing elven beauty bathing naked in a small pond, singing some some song, some lost, ancient, or forgotten musical ballad.
It was amazing.
And there, we left off. And I am trying to open something real quick.
Okay.
Where do you think where'd Dalen go?
I don't know.
I don't know, but we should all get out our notebooks. Last words should be remembered.
Oh, well, I don't hear him singing anywhere, so I don't know where he went. So that's 2 missing children. Let's focus on the girl. At least there's some payoff there.
Yeah, we should do that. I think he was headed off towards the forest. And maybe there's some clues down that way. We'll meet him there in a minute.
But didn't she go missing from the town home?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes, but there was. She
Hey,
did.
I don't know if you're going to use it, but do you mind if I have the monster manual back?
That's under your mic?
Mike?
We are gonna use it.
Well, now we know she's a monster!
You maybe.
There's NPCs in the monster manual.
And creatures. They are all monsters. Have you looked in the mirror lately, Luthok?
That's a fucking monster! He's a monster! Cream of crop!
There's nothing cream of the crop about monsters.
No, it's just a sad, droopy mess.
She did go missing from their home, but the voices originated here, and they were supposed to be invisible friends around here.
Well, maybe.
Maybe this is a better place to look. This could be where she ended up after going missing. That's what my thought was.
Alright, Mr. Guard Investigator. How do you find invisible voices?
Oh, I got an
I
idea.
don't know. I just wish it was the father, honestly. That's so much easier when people kill people.
It would be.
You know, we should. I got an idea. We should just spend the next hour or so just asking all the farm hands around here if they've ever heard or anything, or maybe they were around when she was growing up. We should spend like an hour doing this.
Worst case scenario,
Really?
let's get some mud and we can start flinging it around and see if anything invisible pops up, you know?
I have my doubts on that.
I don't know how you search for invisible things.
I mean, signs.
Seems like a fool's errand.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Or horribly dangerous because this girl did go missing.
She did, but
in town.
she did.
Yeah, she didn't go missing.
She went missing from town, but I suspect that whatever caused her to leave would have brought her here. I don't know. It's just a suspicion.
Is that your old
Professional
investigator hunch?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're a loose cannon, right?
I think the crow told him.
I like it.
Also, a little brother went missing from this place as well.
I thought he was horribly mutilated.
They found his body, yeah, but
Pieces of
okay, but that's what leads me to believe that whatever took her or convinced her to go brought her this way. The last body was here, and I just have a feeling that the two are connected.
It's not a weird demonic feeling, is it?
No, just an intuition.
I don't know. After everything, I'm still cautious about you.
I understand. But to be fair, you could just kill any one of us at any time as well.
Oh yeah, I totally could. I'm real strong.
So,
Super proud of it. Totally could kill
I
him.
am proud of it.
I mean, is there much difference?
Oh, the difference is I decide if I kill anyone here. I don't have some weird little girl pulling my strings.
That's not a little girl.
What a demon girl.
All right, you got me there. That's true. I can't control her.
Ah, ha ha.
One.
I win!
Let's go to one for the thought.
All right.
So we thought 1, everybody else 20.
1 point for Gryffindor.
Hey, nowhere to go from here but up.
All right. So, does anyone else have a different thought? Obviously, the bard thinks something's in the forest. He headed off that way.
Or maybe he beat us to talking to the farmhands. Maybe we should go ask them.
No, I saw him walk towards the forest.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know where he was going.
Well, I think the farmhands isn't the worst idea, because remember her betrothed? He was saying that he, heard it or saw some weird stuff.
I don't
At
recall.
first you thought it was an act, and then it was he saw something that he couldn't really just explain away. So maybe some of the farmhands saw stuff as if it was happening here, and they've all been here this whole time because they're family
I did
treat them
have
good or whatever.
another suspicion, but there's really no proof of it.
Well, let it up, throw it on the table. What is it?
Well, these farmers are doing quite well for themselves. They have hands and land, and their crop grows strong, even though other farmers are having a hard time with attacks and blights and whatever else you have. But these ones are doing great, and they've already lost a son, now a daughter, and Fae are involved.
You thinking sacrifice?
I'm thinking maybe not deliberate, but something that happened in the past. Maybe some sort of curse. Or, I don't know. It just seems odd, is all. Everything that happens around this forsaken town. And they're fine, not just fine, but prospering, seems odd when the rest of the town is struggling.
Is the rest of the town struggling?
I mean, that's the impression I got. We're constantly hunting monsters. There's a elf with his lunatic band of elves.
Well, I mean, those are new threats, though.
Sure.
I mean, along the way.
But we passed several
A lot of places that are tore up.
abandoned farms on the way to this one, and they're surrounded by failure and just an island of success. And fey creatures are involved, and they've been known to, I don't know, they're fey. They're weird. Elves are good at farming. I don't know. What do I know? Look, I investigated murders in a city. It was a lot easier. People kill people, and it's obvious.
Well, the dad seemed pretty set on just writing the daughter off. She's probably already dead after everything happened.
That is part of why my suspicion was aroused. No father just gives up on their child like that.
Or maybe it's one of those trauma things where he got all worked up about the son, and he just doesn't want to get all worked up again
I don't know.
or something.
That's possible too. I just think.
Or he's a cold-blooded killer.
Anyone else have any theories of? But I suspect that the death is involved in this place's success. That's my suspicion.
Well, how if that's your suspicion, how do you want to pursue whether it's true or not?
No idea.
Just be like, hey, you guys ever participate in ritual sacrifice or something like that?
That usually won't work, but you can get a lot out of it. If they react in anger, typically guilty. If they react in, I don't know, any other way, surprise is usually a good indicator of, I don't know what you're talking about. It also depends on how quickly they come up with a, like if they have something that's obviously prepared, like, fuck you, I don't know anything about any of that.
Fuck you, guy. Don't know anything about no rituals.
I'm guessing you got a lot of fuck yous in the city, huh?
Oh, no. No, when we came knocking, it was because we knew who it was.
Oh, so the work was done.
Well, the work was usually ours.
Yay.
Have you been to Damascus?
Not that I can recall.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Don't know much
I will
about
go
it
on.
either.
Like corrupt, messed up guards doing messed up things.
I haven't been there in years,
on the
but
take.
I haven't been there in years. Couldn't say what it's like now.
But when you were there,
Yeah, pretty much.
so maybe this whole deal with the devil wasn't such a shock. There was some corrupt cop, kind of screwing people over, setting fall guys up, just being a crappy individual. Maybe that's how you came to sell your soul to this devil.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm gonna assume dying.
I don't even know how much of my memory is
was
my
the
own,
ultimate
so
decision.
could be.
Now, let me ask you something, Rankin.
Mm-hmm.
When you were a member of the guard or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
how often did you turn on other guards?
Never.
Never?
That's how you end up dead.
So, I guess what I'm getting at is you were a pretty crappy person back then.
We're all murderers.
Yeah, well, that's a simple thing to say. It's like, oh, you murdered this guy who was trying to kill you, but I murdered a baby. It's not the same thing.
That's true, but you were in war parties that did those things. Yeah?
That's besides the point.
Is it, though?
It's-
If I was a guard, and the guard at that time was responsible for atrocities that even I wasn't witness to, aren't I still responsible? Or if I am, doesn't that make you responsible for what your war party did? Why is one group why does one group get the exclusion? And the
It's
other?
different in a time of war.
Is it though? A child can't fight you either way, but I saw what towns looked like when orcs were finished with it.
Oh yeah, because children grow up. And they become soldiers.
So do yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Fast.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm getting at is, so why now? Like, you seem alright. Like, you haven't done a lot of shitty stuff since we...
I haven't been a guard in a long time.
Is that it? Were you only a crappy person because you were a member of the guard?
No, I was angry in my youth, but I met a man who helped me to temper it into something more useful. It's when I joined the mercenary band. The Red Feathers?
So, someone in that mercenary band or
The leader, the founder.
was like a mentor or something?
Yeah.
How old were you when this happened? You didn't just like wait indefinitely as a guard? And, like, what was the last straw? Why'd you leave?
Why did I leave Damascus?
Yeah, well, why go become a mercenary when you were sitting pretty as a guard,
Well, I was sitting
getting
pretty,
away with murder, apparently, essentially.
I stumbled into my family's murder.
You're gonna need to be more specific, because it sounds like your family was either murdering people or got murdered.
I found my father's dead body and a guard standing over him with a bloody spear. So I killed that guard and then I ran. That's the short story. That's all you need for now.
I believe you.
Well, you should. It's true. think.
Oh yeah.
Lilith has thrown some of my past into doubt. So
I totally forgot for a second that your brain was being manipulated.
oh, well, good. I'm glad I had your trust even for a moment. Listen, should we go find the bard? I feel like we've learned too much already.
I thought we were going to go ask the farmhands.
Yeah.
Okay, but should we leave him alone in the woods, really?
I don't know.
He is an elf, I guess.
It's only half one.
Good enough. Look,
He's only half qualified.
Listen, he runs into trouble. We know he can make a lot of noise.
that is true. He's got a voice. Does anybody remember if he could do that fancy messaging nonsense?
He's got that thunderclap.
Well, he's never done it back to me. He's only replied.
You should let him know we're probably gonna go.
I can't.
Oh,
I don't know where he is.
that-ish away?
It doesn't work that way.
Alright, fair.
Yeah, I want to go question these farmhands.
I have to know exactly where he is, otherwise the message won't be received.
Alright. If you're all sure, I mean...
I don't know. I don't do the whole magic thing. Not since my warhammer ran out of juice. I'll be a wizard again, don't worry. One of these days.
You can learn. Anyone can. Just takes dedication.
I've been trying that stupid snappy thing and it's not doing anything.
Alright, there's probably more to it. I just wanted to... Never mind.
Lied to me?
I didn't lie to you. I mean it when I say anyone can learn magic.
I put my hand over Luthok. You lied to him?
Now, hold on. No.
This is your devil magic. I want soul-selling magic.
Alright, fine.
I want that fancy magic with
Learn
no
from him.
consequences.
He's educated. I'm sure he can help you on your quest to magicianhood.
He said I'd never be able to do magic.
Did he?
Yeah, he sat me down and was like, Luthok, you're a piece of shit and you'll never do magic.
To be fair, I said you lacked the discipline for it.
You might... That might be true. But you could do it, in theory.
You could learn magic.
Well,
I just
you know
don't
what?
think that you possess
You could
discipline.
crush a goblin's skull with a fucking hammer in one swing, but I don't think you have the strength. And that's about all I'm gonna say on that.
Give me a hammer. Goblin skulls can't be that hard.
Okay, well, something bigger than a goblin. I don't know, like a giant, like a small giant.
A human.
So a tall person.
Wouldn't that be a regular person?
No, like a bigger than regular person, like a Goliath or something.
Oh, hold on. I kind of like lies. Let's find something else.
I don't know. Anyway, let's go. I'm done with this conversation. Let's go out. We'll talk to these farmhands.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Now, so you guys go back to the farm. It's still early in the morning. They don't seem to be doing a lot. They seem to be mostly getting ready for the work that they're going to be doing during the day. There's like 3 or 4 people outside doing various tasks. Moving some. There's a guy in the stable seems to be shoeing a couple of horses. Someone's moving some cows from pen to pen. And there's somebody out fetching water from the well, but that's about it so far.
One of these lazy farmhands gotten used to their cushy job. I've seen farmhands that are out there working in the dark, and these guys are barely getting started. I'm just throwing it out there. Not that I know much about farming, but lazy fucks. Oh.
He knows a lot about lazy fucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're lazy, you die. That's how it goes. These guys have been insured a cushy job.
Okay.
I guess I'll let you lead our little investigation.
Yeah.
You need someone to turn the screws on them. You let me know.
We have Alfarius.
Fuck you two.
I don't think screw turning is the paladin's typical...
It was a subtle jab.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
What gets riled up?
I can do it. Yeah, I'll accuse him of crimes against the church.
These are religious people.
All right. Let's go talk to the farrier. Right.
I got what you're thinking. He'll know the Fae. Farrier. Fairies. Fae.
That's not what it. He shoes horses.
Hey, maybe they got some extra horses.
That's true. We do need a new horse, don't we?
Could always use more.
That's a nice horse you got there.
All right, so you guys walk over to the barn, kind of saunter on over there. All four of you. Yeah, and it's some grizzled old farm hand. He's out there. He's seen his time in the field. He's worn out. You can tell. You thought he was reshoeing the horses. Upon getting closer, that's not really what he's doing. He's cleaning some of the horses' fucking shoes and like just checking the horse overall, like looking at it. And it looks like it's a pretty old horse. You know, so he hears you guys approach to the open barn. You know, the crunching of the kind of the morning grass and dirt, the lightly frosted over in the early spring. And then he turns over and he's, "Well, can I help you with something?"
Yeah, morning. I'm Alfaris, and this is my party of investigators. Exodus. My lead detective.
Not read you.
Oh, well, my lead detective
That's all right.
has some questions for you.
Well,
Ouch.
you know, you're here as guests on the property. For the most part, we don't know what you're doing here, though. But my name's Stone, so I guess I can try to help you with whatever I can.
Ask away, Riken.
And what kind of questions you got?
The girl Elsa, did you know her when she lived here still?
Oh, everybody did. Of course, that was his daughter.
And during that time, did you ever see anything odd about her? Or witness anything while she was out near the forest?
No, I never witnessed anything odd about her. There wasn't like a strange air to her or anything, and I mean, all we ever heard was passerby, and I remember her dad once talking to us about how he thought his daughter had an active imagination, but I mean, what child doesn't?
Fair enough. You've been here a long time, huh? You could probably
Yep.
speak for any man still here.
More than likely, I've been here the longest. Other than a few unfortunate deaths, just happenstance on the farm or working nearby in the woods and stuff. You know, monster attacks and such. I think I'm the oldest member of some of the original hired that came on.
Alright. But no one ever came with stories about strange voices in the forest or near that old tree that got cut down.
You know, strange voices in the forest. That's.
Well,
I mean, there's all kinds of old wives' tales about stuff like that.
but none of the men here witnessed it, as far as you know.
Not as far as I know. None of us are really dumb enough to just go wander into the woods like that. The woods are dangerous.
Jam. Alright, so
Grayspire's filled with goblins and orcs and wargs and ogres, and you'd be crazy to go just walking out there. There's wyverns up in these mountains.
that's fair.
We've lost more than a fair share of sheep and cattle to some of these larger hunting animals.
So what can you tell me about the other farms nearby? We passed some that seem abandoned.
Yeah, a lot were abandoned during the Orc Wars. Many families were killed, raided, they left. Most people fled for the safety of living in the town. And we lived there for quite some time too. This farm took a lot of rebuilding to get back to where it is now.
And no one's picked up the land nearby?
The land nearby, not as far as I know. It hasn't been tended for so long, I don't know how many people have the money to go just dip into it and build it up from scratch again like that.
Fair enough. Alright.
I mean, if what you're getting at is I don't think there's anything strange that would stop people from purchasing the land and like settling again. People are just afraid.
Okay.
It takes a special kind of hard man to build a family and a home in the Central Vale.
Yeah.
It's not meant for everybody.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that if you never heard any of your compatriots talk about anything strange, they don't have anything new to tell us.
But what about the ritual sacrifice?
It's a suspicion. Why would he know?
Oh, just you wanted to pursue it. I'm just reminding you. Ritual sacrifice.
Okay. You know what?
You're the expert on that devil stuff.
All right. You got me there, Luthok. You haven't heard of anything nefarious as far as the family is concerned.
Boy, torn to pieces.
Were you there the night they found the boy torn to shreds near the edge of the forest?
Yeah, I wasn't near the edge of the forest though.
Where was it?
From what we could tell, the kid was out. He was out early playing or out late in dusk. We're not really sure exactly what happened because he was missing for almost a week. But we just assumed it was a wyvern had picked him up when he was in one of the fields, and we found him, tracked him a few days worth into the forest, and found the wyvern nest.
Found a wyvern nest, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Likely excuse.
And that was what, 32 years ago, this year or so.
Okay. Well then,
There was only a handful of us. We had to go and get the town guard to come help us search the woods for him.
all right. Thanks for your time. Oh, do you have spare horses?
Define spare.
One for sale.
No.
All right then.
And if we did, that's a matter you got to take up with the mister and the missus.
I figured as much. Thanks for your time.
All right,
go
well,
gather
I
an elf.
hope you find her wherever she went.
Yeah. That's the plan. First we gotta find her.
And he just goes right back to like
Yeah.
cleaning out the horse's shoes and picking them up. And
Let's go
stuffing
find
the
that
animal.
half elf. I think this man probably has like any information any of the other
You-
ones would have.
You don't want to get breakfast first? Now,
Mike, the rest of the party hates you.
I'm getting the feeling. I'm just sitting there kind of like,
You know what? Let's get something to eat because we can easily fade out while other things go on.
I wouldn't be so foolhardy enough to walk into that forest on an empty stomach.
Yeah, a valiant search effort requires sustenance.
Are we searching? I think he just walked in. We could probably just go.
No, he's already gone, man. He's already gone. We gotta find him. It's been too long.
I'm trying.
Traitors!
We're helping you.
"You're helping you.
You gotta find yourself.
I hope he's not in trouble. But if he is, it's probably going to be a very valuable lesson about staying with the group. I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
In all fairness to Mike, he didn't wander too far away from where you guys
No,
were.
I know.
Like
And
initially.
I took a step into the tree line. Y'all still saw me, and then I
You kept going.
kept going.
You're like a shadow in the woods, man.
Yeah, we kind of probably all gave you this look.
Like, where's he going?
Where the fuck is he going?
He's got
Every time the elf goes in the woods to take a leak, there's a problem.
That's
a good point. We
That's
should
a
probably
good point.
actually need to go find him.
Especially with multiple outhouses already on property.
There's nothing like doing it in the woods where there's just fresh ambient air to
Just
refresh.
nature with nature.
If we're gonna
He
get,
just wants to flash the wildlife.
let's just go gather him up. Yeah.
So I'll show who this deer, the real stag, is.
All right, listen. I'll meet you halfway, Ryken. We'll grab something to eat. We'll eat it along the way.
We have food to eat.
We have like 2 days of rations. I know. Listen, I'm gonna get something from the farmhouse. All right, so I guarantee you they already cooked something.
That's probably true.
and it's probably good old home style cooking, and I'm missing out on that. Listen, he's a grown. Thielen's a grown man. If he wants to blow a tree in half, he can. He's got the magic.
Thelen called himself a child.
No, he said he was immature.
Immature.
Same difference.
Still 27 years old. I make my way to the farmhouse.
At least he's self-aware of his immaturity.
All right. Yeah, you go inside. Yeah, it opens up into a general living room. They have a fireplace and multiple different sitting chairs and the table. You can hear down the hall, down the left, it sounds like that's probably where the kitchen area is. You can hear a couple of people talking. And it sounds like two men.
I eavesdrop.
Eavesdrop. Yeah, they're just laying out the day's work, the plans for the day.
Sure, there's nothing in there about a little ritual sacrifice.
No, they said that they have to go. They have to go get this. One of the calves is kind of lost somewhere, probably near the creek at the edge of the property. So they're gonna have.
That
to
sounds like code.
Okay, better quest right there. Missing calf.
Yeah.
Missing calf.
Girl doesn't work
That
out.
one might actually be easier to find.
Yeah. If the girl doesn't work out, we can find the calf.
Sorry.
We found your calf, not your daughter, but you know.
Sorry, but we did save a cow.
Yeah.
You know, no problem.
So we didn't find your daughter, but while we were out there, we found your cow. You want it back?
I walk in slowly with a purpose, not to startle him. Giant dragon boy.
And so you kind of shuffle your way through the doorway. It's just not really made for somebody of your size to go through it. Kitchen's, it looks like they're in the middle of cooking some stuff. You can smell bread, and smells like a gravy that they're making, as well as probably some meat like bacon and ham.
That's what I thought.
You know, they kind of see you come in, compose themselves for a minute. They look at you. They're suspicious, and they kind of mind their own business. They start talking a little quieter and kind of mind their own business in the corner near the cookware.
Hey, morning, gentlemen. I know the supply is around the farm of yours, but we were hired by the family to come look for their daughter. Me and my band, we were just hoping to grab just a real quick bite before we head on out to the forest. We'd be more than willing to pay for it if that's what it takes.
There's always time for biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, we just gotta grab a bowl Yeah, I turn back to the band in the hall. We just gotta grab a bowl real quick. All right, we'll eat it along the way.
Yeah, so they're both younger guys. One of them's kind of a dusty brown hair, and the other one is like blonde. They probably look like they're both in their first couple of seasons on the farm, maybe recently hired on. And they can hear you talking to them, and you can see that one of them kind of leans over, the dark-haired one, and he says something to the other one. They just both look uncomfortable, and one of them kind of speaks up, and he doesn't face you. He's like, we don't really know what to do. Like, you're here on behalf of the family, but we don't. You'll have to talk to our foreman. I don't know if we're supposed to be feeding you and stuff.
Oh, your foreman. Is there a table in the kitchen?
Yeah, there's a large table.
Yeah, I go take a seat. Kind of pull the chair out and sit down heavy in it.
Doesn't fit you too well.
Yeah, it doesn't fit me too well.
Yeah.
It's not the point. Just to make him feel a little bit more uncomfortable with my presence in the room now. Yeah. Hey, Riken.
Yeah.
As he's just yelling.
I walk into the room. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking to these two gentlemen here about getting some breakfast and talking to the foreman. Hey, you think you could ask them some questions about the girl?
I suppose I could.
I mean, since can't just get our breakfast and get on out of here, might as well talk to you guys for a minute.
Twist the arm. I like the strategy.
I suppose I could,
I suppose.
but I'm not 100% sure it's going to be any kind of meaningful.
Well, I mean, these two look like two young gentlemen on the farm.
Yeah.
I mean,
How long have they even worked here? Maybe they've never even met the girl.
Maybe their eyes are sharper to things around here. An old hand may just see the same thing as something natural and normal at this point. Somebody new around here, though, as I eyeball them, maybe they see something different.
Yeah, they're just kind of like zoned in the corner of the kitchen with the pots and stuff, stirring the gravy, and he's like slicing up the bread with some cheese. You know, they're both just kind of doing whatever they can to
Maybe
just
they'll go away.
like, wait till you go away. Yeah, make them go away.
Look, I'm not even all that hungry.
Wait.
I feel pretty fucking good right now. In case you guys didn't notice. But honestly, I don't know why I'm so concerned. I barely even like the elf. But I do feel like we have some sort of obligation.
Then you do overhear and suddenly like they kind of raises his voice real quick, and you hear the blonde one. He kind of talks to him. He's like, "Oh man, maybe we should just like talk to him because they're not going to go anywhere."
Talk to us about what?
Whatever it is that you want from us. I mean, we got to get out in the fields and work, man. They pay well, and we can't be dawdling here in the kitchen. You know, fucking Stone will he'll get upset if we're in here too long. We gotta get out and get to work. We gotta find that calf in the field.
Alright then. What do you know about the disappearance? Have you heard any rumors about strange things on the edge of the property?
Well, I mean, and they both kind of turn to you or whatever. He's like, well, the blonde one, he's like, well, I'm Caleb, and this is Trest, and I mean, this is really only the beginning of our like second season working here on the farm. And we don't really want to speak ill of like the family or the daughter or the farm or speak out of place because we never met her, and we were hired by Stolen. I've never met Lady Petunia or her husband. Everybody hears strange things. Like, I mean, that's like a needle in a haystack. Like, what weird story or rumor do you want to know about?
I don't know, man. Something that might be involved in her disappearance. Frankly, I think we might have taken a wrong turn here.
Oh, by Thorod's tusk, you guys are taking way too long.
Fucking the dark-haired boy, Trest, he fucking like elbows Caleb. And he's like, come on, man. He's like, you know what they want to hear about. And he's like, all right. He's like, there's a rumor, and it's been around. It's an old wives' tale. Like, I remember my mom taught me, her grandma talked to her about it, and it's just that sometimes, like every so often, every so many years or so, and it's not really very specific, but every once in a while, like some young girl will disappear, never to come back. To just be gone. Nobody ever finds a body. It's just some story. It happens, and it only stands out because in the myriad of different kind of like disappearances and people dying and bodies showing up in the woods mauled by wolves and whatever other kinds of fucking beasts are out there, it only stands out because they all kind of have the same thing in common. They're all beautiful, they're all young around the same age, and they all have a propensity to be like these out. All the stories revolve around the girl going outside to these woods and not coming back.
And it's only women?
And it's only ever women. Young girls, to be specific. And
has there been any correlation to exact age, or does it range?
It's been happening for too long. People just don't. Now you just tell kids, like, don't. Young girls are just kind of told, like, don't go into the woods by yourself, and most people just kind of take it as is, like just a general warning, like, you shouldn't walk the streets unescorted and such.
Seems like kind of common sense, anyways. But
I mean, yeah, you would think, but land around here is dangerous, and you gotta get shit done. Clothes gotta get washed, berries have to be picked, gotta go hunting. We can't just hang out in the ivory tower somewhere or in some walled city and let everybody else take care of things for us. We gotta do it ourselves.
All right.
And I've never seen it, but sometimes I swear on the gods that sometimes I feel like that forest out there fucking moves closer and further away sometimes. I swear to God, it was no more than 2 weeks ago that I counted at least 75 paces from the outside of the farm's far western fence line that forest was there, and I swear it's much closer, about 50 paces. Those trees are alive. They move.
That's perfect. Yeah. Well, thanks. That really makes the whole thing feel a whole lot better.
Does that spark any like ideas at all? Does that sound familiar at all?
Are you asking me or the NPC?
Asking you.
I'll make a history check.
9.
A 9?
Yeah, 9.
A shit ton of different fucking stuff comes to mind. Druids, wild growth, sentient plants, treants, ancient creatures, ancient forests are alive, they move. The Fae, elves move trees, they grow things, so normally a super healthy forest is a sign of an elven settlement nearby. They often move trees or close them in or grow more in order to make it more difficult to approach their settlements, so any number of things.
But Fae being included.
Okay.
So.
But Faye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Stand up, and yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that missing calf. Make sure you guys get credit for it.
Nah, man, we already... Damn thing gets out all the time. There's a small break in the fence, and we just haven't gotten around to repairing it.
Okay.
Damn thing goes out in that field all the time. We'll go get it.
Alright. So it's the forest. Great. Let's go. Let's just go.
Yeah, I mean, god dang, I mean, Thielen must have figured it out as I move my chair back. Thielen must have figured it out right out the gate. It's something to do with that forest.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's not back yet. Been at this for a little while.
Yep.
He could have got lost. He ain't no ranger.
That is true. But I like to think if you walk straight and then turn around, you come back. But I have my doubts on that.
Alright, well let's...
The gray spires and the veiled forest are thick. They are... You can't see 30 yards in front of you, and you take the wrong turn around the wrong tree, you're gone.
Is it like that ancient forest where it's just like it's got a bunch of deadfall and like new growth growing off of it? And just...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are very old forests. And the gray spires are part of the Silver Realm, so the entire forest is tended to by wood elves, realistically.
Crazy ones and logistic guys.
Yeah.
All right. I'm seriously not really all that hungry right now, so
Oh
maybe
no,
we should
yeah,
go.
yeah,
We should go.
yeah. Man, I can't believe Thielen figured it out.
All right, let's go.
We
find
go.
the half elf.
Let's go find Mike's face. It's precious. Alright, so you leave the house, you grab a couple of quick little pieces of food, like here and there, like a piece of cheese and a piece of bread, eat it on the go. You start heading out towards the last place where you saw him. You walk out into the woods and you start kind of calling out for him, and you don't get a response, and you look for any signs of him nearby, just in general. This is a very... Right here in the forest, it's very light and kind of sparse and open. It's just on the fringe of getting into the deeper woods. But you see no signs of Thielen anywhere nearby.
No tracks of like where he may have entered.
Make a
from.
survival check.
I will. That's what I was going for. Smart pants.
Oh!
Bad.
Never mind, it's called karma.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Your check equals bad.
Yeah. I got a 1
Plus
plus 3.
Oh, you're off to a good start.
4.
Yeah.
4.
With a plus 3.
4. I have a
Man.
plus 3.
Yeah, so, yeah, they're real obvious at first. You see a couple of spots, like a broken branch and some crumpled leaves, and a spot where he might have kind of pushed past the tree and headed uphill, going kind of further southwest, but then they just abruptly, like, stop like clear as day. They just stop.
Oh, these damn elves, they're so delicate and fancy. You can barely even see if they leave tracks.
Look, I have a feeling that's not what that is.
Oh. You can have all the feelings you want, Soul Eater. God.
I don't. Okay, you know what?
You know,
Yeah, dude.
I actually kind of like that
I'm
nickname.
not gonna.
Yeah.
That's not bad, right?
Right,
Anyway,
right in
not
the Soul
important.
Eater.
Pretty good.
Soul Eater.
Creepy, but good.
All right.
So, we just push forward from here?
Yeah,
Because this is as
perfect
far as
for a
I
villain.
can get us. What
Yeah, I know, right?
Giving away the arc, man. Whole story.
What do you say, guys? Just
Right.
push
Yeah,
Just
so you
a
guys
bad
watch.
guy
You
that
watch the
beats up
half orc as he
worse
kind of
guys.
walks and follows, and then he just turns around. And he's like, you know, the tracks end here. He gives you that look.
Here you go.
So what do you want to do? I have no more tracks.
Well, hold on. Everybody be quiet. He's nearby. We'll hear him.
Maybe we should call out to him or something.
We have been.
Terrowyn! Terrowyn, are you out there? No, he's dead. Let's give up.
Listen.
The orc way.
Okay.
Worst way is you don't make it home, you're dead.
Didn't we swear some kind of oath about
No, that
some
was.
kind of thing because we all saved each other's lives? And
I look at you like, yeah, you did. What is it?
That's a good question.
You kind of swole.
I kind of forget.
Wow, you're really good at
A lot was happening.
making, really good at making these oaths to shit. You're not right.
Honestly, I was more preoccupied with the fact that I don't like our name. Somewhere in the oath it became, well, we're Exodus, and I felt like I wanted out.
Guys, I just kind of decided we need to part ways.
Just have this feeling.
Well, he's not answering, so what the fuck do you want to do?
Oh, we should keep looking. At the very least, we should keep looking for the little girl.
Well, that's
We're in the wrong spot. for
I
that.
know we are.
Well, we don't know that.
Well,
She went missing from the city. That doesn't mean she didn't come here.
so should we just go straight from where the tracks cut off? Just go straight?
Is there before we walked into the forest, was there any
Does anybody here speak Elven? Good lord.
no. Kidding?
Elven? You mean Elvish?
What was there any large landmarks or anything before we entered? Like maybe a super large tree, or maybe in the distance we could kind of see a hill start to rise up. Anything along that nature?
Landmark wise, as you enter the forest, the canopy gets thick enough that there's almost no light, just like most of these really deep ancient forests. But landmark wise, no, not really.
Yeah, just
Everything's pretty indiscriminate for the most part.
all right.
But leading to the fields nearby, there are wildflowers and such. So you were surprised that there was a large group, like a large outcropping of sunflowers near the edge of the forest where you entered. That's about the only thing that really stands out.
Sunflowers, same color as her favorite dress. Coincidence? Probably.
Probably. Yellow appears a lot.
But I got the sort of intelligence to make assumptions.
You got a 10 to act like it.
Got an 8.
Act like it.
Me too!
Hella smart.
Well, is there?
I do.
In light of this
Possibly.
recent discovery, because I forgot that was the case, I'm debating whether or not he should be your group leader.
Because I'm perfect for the job.
Yeah.
They don't have to be smart actions, just bold.
Yeah, that's fair.
We investigated.
To be fair, we are very bold.
I made sure we were fed. I take care of all the basic needs as leader. Safety, security. I keep the group together.
All right.
Yeah, you've done a great job so far. Where's Thalen again?
Hey, we haven't killed him.
Where's the cat?
I know,
Cat?
right?
She fucking died.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, she died together.
Alright, so what are you guys doing? You're standing at the edge of this wood, looking at Thalen's tracks as they disappear deeper and deeper into the forest. The Luthlok's shout just echoes and reverberates through the trees. He causes some birds to shuffle and move, and you hear the immediate scamper of some nearby deer jump and run away.
It really seems like we have two options. Walk in, or just forget he ever existed.
Can I check for any, like... God, I don't even know how to word it.
Magic?
Any... Well, then that'd be like, detect magic, which I don't have. So no. But, any magical residue on the ground. I was trying to think of something and I couldn't.
Trying to find some arcane way to search.
Yeah.
Or an arcane
I don't know.
clue.
Prestidigitation?
No, that makes things show up.
Yeah, well, you can make your voice super loud.
I don't know if it does that.
Yeah, it does.
It's thaumaturgy that does
That's
that.
thaumaturgy.
Oh, thaumaturgy. Oh, well, like I said, I'm
Whack.
a wizard when my hammer's recharged, so slack.
And when it's not, he's just an innate half-orc. Don't listen to anything he says.
I usually don't.
All right.
You should definitely listen to the muscle of the group. Listen, maybe we'll walk in, find a water source or something. Do we hear any rivers or anything along that nature?
Yeah, you do. You hear what seems like a very, very small stream nearby. Probably it's off to the same direction the deer took off from.
That's where most things would head. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll follow the little stream or the river. More than likely, it travels up a ravine or something, or just goes deeper in. If there's any sort of landmark out there, we'll find a water source.
Let's leave some rocks or something. Gather up some stones and leave rocks so we can find our way back from where we got.
I cast light on a nearby rock.
Okay.
Only last.
Yeah.
It might not
How long
last
was
that
that gonna last?
I think like 10 minutes.
1 hour.
That was a long game.
We'll find it.
Possibly.
Lean in close. Listen, we're men. You got this.
The big dragon.
If we get lost for more than an hour, the light's not gonna matter anyways.
All right. Let's think about this. We've had some.
Listen, you're talking about going in. You just want to go find feeling all morning, and now that we out here, you backing off.
No, I want to go in.
Comedy.
I want to go in, but I think the orc is right. We should mark our path in something a little more permanent than.
Oh, here. I pull out one of my throwing axes and I cut one of the trees. Leave marks on the tree.
Excellent. Perfect.
But wait, the trees move!
Maybe. And if that's the case, we're going to get lost either way. So.
Stones and.
I just occasionally can char a rock.
Ooh, that's another way to do it.
Hey, do what you got to do.
They said the trees move, but they didn't say anything about rocks.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. They didn't. Just thought it was implied.
Not really why I said rocks, but mostly because I didn't want to burn the trees down, but sure.
Hey,
that idea.
there's an
Forest is-
idea. Let's burn it down.
The forest is super healthy. You ain't burning it down with firebolt. Super healthy.
Bet.
I'll take that bet.
Be here a while.
I side
Yeah.
with God.
Yeah. How much are we betting?
Alright, let's get in there.
All right,
You
let's
think
clearly
I'll
mark
use fire?
the trees as we go, and we'll just carve an arrow in the direction that is back, and then
All right.
we'll, yeah.
Maybe someone with a higher IQ should carve.
He knows how to make an arrow. My God.
I would like to remind you that
I think
I'm
you should
a
make an
survivor.
intelligence check. See if he knows what the shape is. I don't feel like orcs have Sunday school or kindergarten, like when they go in there and they make them put the squares in the shapes. Like, do you know what an arrow looks like?
I do.
Not.
Please, low.
It is not.
A 1. I got a 2, and it's -1.
So you watch as he walks up to a tree. He pulls out the axe, and you hear him think out loud. He's like, "All right, arrows shot from a bow have a pointy end, but," and he goes and he makes a slash, and he makes another one, and then he makes a long one, and he's like, that way's back. And he makes another one. So he makes a very clumsy looking triangle with a line on the end of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, told you so.
He says, and you hear him, he gets real satisfied. Arrow. Arrow.
Did you not know what I meant when I said draw an arrow?
Well, that's fucking art right there. What are you talking about?
It is an arrow.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Pointing the right way.
You got it. That's perfectly correct.
Damn straight.
All right, let's go.
No, I don't want to. No, well, let's go.
Let's go.
Every, 30... I know what a yard is, so I'm going to say no.
Do you?
You
I
always
think you should
I
roll
do.
it. I think you should roll it a 10.
always make sure you can see the previous arrow from the new mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Point the arrow towards the other one. Always
Yeah,
make sure
I'll do
you
that.
can see it.
I'll do it. Won't do us any good if the trees move, but
Right.
that's why we got burned rock guy
If
over
the
here.
trees move, we're getting lost no matter what we do. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I meant the arrows.
Good.
Let's go.
And then we go to the stream.
All right. Yeah, so you make your way over to the stream. Yeah, it's really small, really thin. It's maybe only 2 or 3 feet wide. Low current, probably just running off from a larger river further up.
And that only
Fine
took us a
altitude.
couple minutes, right?
Yeah, it only took.
All right.
Yeah, it was
Make sure
nearby.
we didn't walk into some endless fucking.
No,
journey.
you climb over a couple hills, push your way through some brush, and you come to a large, almost a little dribble running down multiple sets of rocks that it's cutting through, or it's been cutting through for a long time.
Cool.
And there's just this little trail, kind of
You should feel
zigzags
better
and
about
gets
it,
lighter and then heavier. But it seems to definitely go into the forest pretty far.
Well, we start to follow it.
Okay.
Upstream or downstream?
Well, downstream will just lead us to... Where would it lead us to?
It would lead you back into the valley.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. So we want to go deeper. So we
Yeah.
want to go upstream.
Upstream.
Upstream,
It probably
into the
empties into
forest.
some random pond somewhere nearby.
Probably at the farm.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe, or on the next farm over. In any case, yeah, upstream.
All right, so you guys travel, following upstream, kind of climbing through the area, marking the trees as you go. Every once in a while, Lucian will kind of find this rock face that looks like it's just about in the right spot. Hit it with firebolt real quick, and it just leaves a little scorch mark. You guys do that travel for about an hour or so, just heading upstream. Eventually you come to a spot where you can hear a waterfall nearby and a larger current of maybe a bigger river off in the distance, and it's just echoing through the trees. Then you come to what looks like a...
I guess you should know, too, at least as far as I'm concerned. I'm calling out for him. We're not going quiet.
Yeah.
Who else is we're looking for him, right?
Yeah.
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 And
Fuck it, it's not dark. Who cares?
Yeah.
Oh. There it. Yeah.
Where you at, Bard? This is silly now. If you wanted to go back home, you should have told us.
Exodus!
God damn it.
So you eventually you come up and find your way to the waterfall. It's coming down. It's really beautiful, tall waterfall, and emptying into a large pool of water that continues to turn into a river further down, and just the current strong, creating a definite barrier between crossing it. You can see the white caps and the rapids, building up as it continues to move downhill. But at the edge, you see what looks like a standing stone of some sort. And you can see that on the stone there are like language marks of some sort at the edge of the pool of the water.
Oh, good. So I go over to them. They're in Elven, right?
Nope.
No? Really? No way.
Oh yeah, I crowd around it too.
Can I identify which language it is without necessarily comprehending it?
Doesn't seem to be a language.
Just scripture?
Some sort of writing. You're not sure.
So I take a step back. Hey, hit that thing with a fireball. And I take another step back.
I'm gonna stand right there and observe. I'm an expert at killing pillars of magic. I'll know if you do it right.
Alright. I cast Firebolt at it.
Okay.
What's a 15 do me?
It hits it.
Roll damage.
You want damage?
Sure.
I'll give you damage.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Give me damage. Give me
I'll
all the
give-
damage.
I'll
Give me all the
low
damage.
but I'll give you damage.
Fire damage.
That's a 2.
Yeah, it hits it. Scorches it. Doesn't do anything.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, you did it just fine. Proud of you.
Yeah, so I mean, there's the blast and the snap of you casting it, and kind of echoes through the trees. You know, and then you hear something very large in response echo
Neat.
back through the woods. Some large beast, it seems like,
Oh, good.
but it's pretty far.
Yay. What did said beast sound like?
Or was it more of just
It was a roar. It was just a large roar.
history check
That could
on
be a lot of
It'd be a
things.
nature
roars?
check.
Nature check. Good
Oh,
call.
roars.
I like that.
On roars.
Nature check on identifying. Oh, nature's intelligence.
Oh, that's not.
It's a -1 on, so I'll make it a 10.
Make it a 10. You've heard something like this many times before. It's probably it sounds like it's a very large owl bear.
Amazing. You hear that, gentlemen? It's nothing but a beautiful owl bear out there somewhere. Pissed, probably killing something. Should definitely double our speed for looking for Theoden.
Well, we found a rock.
I'm just.
I would like to also roll.
Where the fuck is he?
I'm just gonna go up to this statue thing. I'm gonna touch it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cop a feel.
All right. So you kind of run your fingers through the grooves and touch it. It doesn't seem to react in any way.
I would like to roll a history
I'm
check.
way out of my element here.
Yeah.
No.
You're telling me.
Hey, Luthor, you spent a lot of time out in the wilderness. Hey,
Yeah.
can you rack your brain on how an owlbear would fuck us up? I want to roll a history or a nature check. Either a history or a nature check. Yo, if I run into an encounter with an owlbear, how is it going to fuck me up?
Oh, it's gonna fuck you up real bad.
Yeah, I know, but how is it going to do it? Is it just going to charge up and do bear shit, or is it going to do owl stuff?
It's like a mix. It's gonna do bear shit with owl talons.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then it's gonna peck your face off.
You help me out on this roll.
Yeah, its mouth is like a big vice. But like worse. Because instead of like a bunch of little teeth, it's like gah! It's like big teeth. It's like fucking just gah! So bad.
That's called a beak.
Yeah. It'll do that. It'll beat you.
Wow, the gate. Sounds like it'll right through chainmail.
Oh,
It might.
definitely. Definitely straight through chainmail.
Theoden's got no chance.
It'll make a dent in plate. Pretty sure. Give or take.
I don't
So does that satisfy you, or
That
do you want to
does.
roll?
Want to roll for rolling's sake? I love rolling. Swag, come here.
I mean, I love living.
9.
Oh, well, I rolled a 16.
We're trying,
-1.
Fred.
15.
Owl bears are especially aggressive, territorial, migratory animals, and it's more than likely that it will charge at you and attempt to pin you down with its claws, and it uses its beak to try to tear at you in pieces. And owlbears have been known to, unlike bears, they won't, let's say, scare easily. So bears you can intimidate and get away from you. Owlbears have no such inhibition about like dangers, and they'll fight in a frenzy until they die. They've been known to go head to head with much larger creatures until they die, no matter what. They don't know what retreat is, and they've been known to just tear people apart until there's like nothing left. They just keep going.
On the broadside, they won't play with your entrails. You'll be dead. It's not a very drawn out thing. It's game over.
Yeah, that's about what I know.
We'll just stick together and
We probably shouldn't be calling out for Thalen anymore. I'm just throwing that out.
Look,
It might attract it.
we haven't found any tracks. We haven't heard from him. We're deep in this forest now.
Are there any like tracks around this big ass stone?
Make a
With
survival check.
markings on it?
yeah, we've investigated the sound. We haven't actually investigated.
Oh, 18, about fucking time. 18.
The pool seems to attract a lot of attention. You see deer tracks,
Those deer
raccoons, bear, owl bear,
Owl bear.
all sorts of wildlife comes to this pool. It seems to either convene and drink, or it
Nothing-
seems to be
nothing humanoid?
everything- you don't see anything humanoid. It seems to be like you're possibly near a maybe like a game trail, deer, elk, or something.
Alright. So out of character, why'd you walk through a portal to the Fae? Why would you do that?
I don't have an answer for you. I have. It was an accident.
Alright.
This is death rattle.
This was as much as my choice as your deal. So
Can I make a check on the statue to see if
yours was to live again.
if it's
Mine was
arcane
for
in any
enchanting
way?
beauty
You can do whatever you want.
and promise of power.
I'm gonna make a check.
Okay. You're just trying to figure out if it's magical or the nature of what it does.
Just if it's magical at all, if it has any magic properties to it. For 12.
It does. Most definitely.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I figured it would.
And you be the man to figure it out.
Which would probably be why animals come to it.
Possibly.
It's doing something to that water.
You take a drink.
I drink the water. What does the water taste like?
Crystal clear mountain water. They said water.
I feel like that was the time that you pull out a water bottle and then put it back down.
Damn.
Yeah.
Product placement.
Yeah.
It's just what I felt like.
Smart water.
Or
And little did you know, for our advertisement tonight.
Yeah. Free advertising.
Brings us right into our sponsor.
Smart water. The water for wizards who want to get stuff done.
Um,
When you need that intelligence buff. Smart water.
But there's no tracks around here from Phelan or from the girl.
No,
animal
no.
tracks.
Nothing that I can find, just animals, and more animals. Big game, little game,
Can an
medium
Arcana check
size.
get you the School of Magic?
You need a.
Or is it detect
Maybe.
magic that has to do that?
An Arcana check, you might be able to decipher it. Never know. So you try.
Well, then I'll try. I'll try to decipher what magic school this is from. That's a lot better. That's a 21.
Let's see here.
You know, the mysteries of the forest are a lot more deeper when you don't have a druid in the party.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Deep.
No druid, just to cheat. Like, I talked to the squirrels, where'd Thielen go?
hey, it's like
Listen to me, squirrel.
over there.
Gotta use our brains like, well, we'll follow the natural river path.
Listen to me,
Well,
squirrel.
what was that? We don't need to make nature.
Where's
paths.
the villain?
No, what we gotta do is go back to the start and just wander aimlessly like Theoden would do, with no trajectory whatsoever. Just walk and see where you end up.
You're right. We should open ourselves up to the forest and just accept it.
Now we sound like yuppies.
Sound like druids.
Yeah,
Pretty
Try it this way.
tranquil. Tranquil as fuck.
We gave up our lives of barbarians and paladins for monk druids.
I gave up my rage for inner peace.
What? Really?
Like a waterfall tied the forest together, man.
That's rock.
It's like it's its own living, breathing thing.
But it's
Big
not.
time farming fucking moving into our forest, man. Just fucking destroying that shit. Ain't right.
I say we do this forest a favor. We go back and we burn that farm.
It's either you have you kind of looking at it, you feel like it could either be conjuration or enchantment.
Not really what I expected.
What? What?
It's the pillar. It's either enchanted or conjured.
Wow.
Enchanted, I get, but I don't understand why I would feel conjured.
All right.
Maybe it conjures other stuff, or maybe you gotta enchant it. Maybe say nice things about it or something. Run at it full speed and you'll go through the portal. Something like that. 88 miles an hour.
That's transportation.
Maybe you stab it like you did those other stones. Just
Should
stab
break
it.
it.
Yeah, just stab the shit out of the stone. Like, throw some of your holiness in there. Just, it'll break its evil curse.
Yeah, but they haven't harmed us.
Or has it?
This thing could be doing a lot of good here. I mean, this place is pretty nice.
Enchantment, conjuration.
Detect evil and good.
The only
I'm getting
con-
good vibes from this whole fucking forest.
There's your answer.
Love it.
I was just trying
Love
to
it.
assist as the Metacrow.
The only conjuration magic I possess is Misty Step, and I can't exactly use that on the pillar to spark anything, and I can't enchant shit.
Maybe if you misty step into it, it'll take you
I'm not
somewhere
gonna try
else.
that.
But then again, maybe this forest would want me to think it's good. I push out my senses, detect evil and good.
Yeah, the area is just irradiated with the good, with natural divine energies.
That is nice.
What about the
Glad I
pillar
did that.
itself?
Oh,
What you picked up from the pillar itself?
I mean, I would pick up whether or not it's good or evil. And if everything feels good, it probably feels good. I'm getting great vibes from this place.
It's real good.
This place is real good. It's like, this is a nice fucking place.
There's a large concentration of
Except
it
for that
centered
alcohol,
around
right?
like the waterfall itself for the most part.
Except for the waterfall.
No.
Especially
No,
like
especially the
from
waterfall.
Especially the waterfall. Hey, are there any, like, fish?
Yeah, there are.
I'm coming back here. This is a nice place. Listen, I could build a cabin out here.
I fill up my water skin.
I heard this in a story somewhere.
This is some high quality H2O.
Maybe there's like a cave behind
So,
the waterfall or something.
You reach in to fill in the water, and for a moment, as you hit it and disturb the water, you almost feel like you see like a mossy, overgrown like cabin nearby, and then you look up and it's gone.
like I see it in the water as like a reflection off, and then when I look up, it's not there.
Yep.
What the fuck?
As I'm talking about a cabin. My little cabin out here.
This would be a pretty nice spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's got that waterfall. So what if there's like a cool hidden thing behind the waterfall?
Did you not see that?
Right, you thought?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
There was just a cabin right here.
It's gonna be my cabin.
No,
That's
that
what you
we're
saw.
talking about
No, no,
building
no.
one.
When I looked in the water, there was a cabin right there.
Man, you're right. Does that look like a great place for a cabin?
The waterfall, not really. It's pretty tall, and
Well, where he pointed and where it
Well, you-
reflected up.
he's not sure where the reflection came from. Based upon the reverse of the image, it looks like it's coming from the waterfall, though.
Oh,
But that's just like
now
my
I'm really
best guess.
confused.
You really?
Hey, you know,
I say we go into the
cave
waterfall.
behind the waterfall. Classic.
Yeah. I say we go into the waterfall.
You could say a classic encounter.
It just
What?
makes me laugh because that feels like such a fucking like it's one of those moments where the fucking player totally slipped through the fucking game super hard, dude. That was Matt talking, right? Yeah, but behind the waterfall, that's a classic in every fairy tale book I've ever read as a Riken. That's basically what you just said. Like, I spent an enormous amount of time reading fantasy trope like romance novels.
Yeah.
How do
You
you
read
think-
my backstory.
Yeah.
How do you think you knew how to make a deal with the devil? He's just copying
That
the
is such
stuff
a
he
good point.
reads.
As Andy said, I was like, yeah, you were like, I'm Matt. Retract.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Love it. That was great.
We go check behind the waterfall.
Best part about it is it was very genuine, like just slip up.
Let's see if I'm alive.
Is there any good way to the waterfall?
What?
Besides going along the shore of the waterfall, is there any good way to the waterfall?
Yeah, through the water. Just hop in.
You could try scaling around the cliff because it's pretty wide. So the waterfall is probably at least, if you're kind of looking at it, it's 15 feet high or so. The cliff kind of goes outwards for a while. The pool itself is about 25 to 30 feet wide and kind of runs the length of maybe like 28 feet south before it turns to get to White Rapids, and you guys can hear it running and going downhill. The stream that you followed off is just a slight, like tiny offshoot, and it looks like there might be more of those, but it's dense forest here right around the outside of it. Some of the roots of the trees just gnarled, and they kind of claw over the edges and have broken through into the actual rock bed of the waterfall itself. But if you wanted to scale it easily, you'd probably have to go around the outside and up the hill over the top. Other than that, the most direct route is just to swim through the pool.
How like harsh is the current?
Right here where it's kind of stagnant, it's pretty decent. Like right where the waterfall is hitting it, as you go in, it doesn't really pick up until you start heading downhill again.
Oh, so it's pretty calm.
Yeah,
We could swim it.
it's just loud.
Yeah, you might want to take off that armor, though. It might make us sink like a rock if we swim it.
Oh, sure it would, and I take 10 minutes to take my armor off.
Yeah, so he starts taking his armor off. What are you guys doing?
I assist him.
Throwing copper at him, of course.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
No, I assist him at taking off his armor.
So it only takes 5 minutes.
Oh, fancy.
Mhm.
Thalen's life is on the line, you know.
Is it?
Is it?
It's been an hour. He could be dead already.
Yeah, so I help him.
Okay.
I mean, he could be feeling the white the next time we see him.
That's fair.
The gray.
Very true. It's funny. I'm still like, I got excited when everything was good, and then now I'm like, it's all an illusion. I'm gonna die.
The
Yeah,
longer
now
it
he's-
takes, the
now
more
he's,
worried you get.
You have no idea. Man.
Now he's
Literally
saying,
going
I don't,
through an
I don't,
influx
I
of
don't like
emotions
that.
the
I don't
last
like.
hour and a
I don't
half.
like that Andy's not resolving my side of the story right now.
I'm sitting there like,
Yeah, you're like, oh, I found a pond.
The longer it
It's
takes,
just a
the
rock.
better you should feel. Because it's out of your hands.
no, the longer it takes, the more I hate you guys.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to drive things along. Anyway, yeah. let's go for a
Speaking of
swim.
driving
Yeah.
things along.
Okay.
To be fair, last time someone died, they had to wait till next episode. It could be worse.
Yeah.
You could ponder it for a whole week.
Oh,
So
I did.
you
Like
strip
Amanda
down,
did.
find a spot for you guys, put like your armor and some of the stuff that you just don't feel like is gonna. You don't need to take into the water with you.
Oh, yeah.
And you start wading in. It's cold. It is cold. Goes right straight through you. You feel. You guys watch as the Dragonborn walks in. There's actually a small amount of like steam that hits him as it hits his scales. The warmth and of his red dragon.
You know what'd be really nice
pushing
right now?
him.
That prestidigitation that I got rid of. Make myself feel warm.
Yeah.
And I
So
just,
you all slowly, one by one, you get into the water and you just near the edge of the shore. You start swimming over to the waterfall.
Yeah.
oh yeah, use my tail like a crocodile.
So he swims like just nose out, snout out in the water. He's
Because
just
I
like,
can breathe straight up.
yeah, he's just going.
Yeah.
And he just takes off. So yeah, you reach the the waterfall and kind of look at it and it's just pouring down on you, and you kind of try to break through, and you look and there's enough space to like sit there and be on the opposite side of it, but you don't see anything unique or strange about it.
Well, I get up in there.
Okay.
I help him. I would help him.
Yeah. It's
I'd have to
it's serene. It's beautiful. It's calming.
I'm gonna check the walls for illusions.
You're gonna check so you can cast detect magic.
No, I'm gonna put my hand in them.
Yeah, you put your hand on it.
It's rocks.
Yeah, it's rocks.
Well, if it were an illusion, I'd know.
Or it's a real good one and we're in a lot of danger.
Maybe
That's out of character.
Fuck it.
maybe looking through the waterfall you can see weird stuff. Say you saw a cabin in the
saw
water.
a cabin in the reflection. And it was in this direction.
No, it was here.
Maybe jump through the water into another world.
I'm cold.
Why do we all swim
Water's
together?
cold. Yeah.
You do it.
Why did anybody stay back with our gear?
Did you guys take off your gear?
I mean, I took off my
Clothes,
robe,
like you're
my
gonna
cloak,
outer.
Yeah.
any heavy.
Anything you
And
want?
any heavy
Unarmored defense, baby. Anyway, I climb up to.
You're not the only one.
You bought new clothing, remember?
Huh?
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
fancy clothes.
Yeah. Well, I got fancy clothing that I.
Ripped up.
Yeah.
You ripped the
ruined.
cloak up.
Yeah,
Everything
ruined.
else is fine.
It's pretty
Not to
rude.
mention, I'm
It's
pretty
all
sure
clean.
I'm an orc. I don't know what the meaning of fancy is.
I'm pretty sure even with a shield.
Yeah, so you guys are sitting here just in this cold pool of water,
Yep.
watching
Water
as
just-
the sorcerer like is patting the walls and stuff and just getting nowhere.
I want to climb up and try and look through the waterfall, see if I see any weird visions of cabins.
Yeah, I mean, you look around, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna jump into another dimension. I'm gonna jump. And I jump through the waterfall, see if I teleport somewhere.
Yeah, so you jump through the waterfall and splash into the pool.
Magic is stupid.
Okay. Should we call out for him again? Should we go home?
I don't want to fight an owlbear, much less in the water.
Do owlbears
That's-
swim very well?
Better than us.
Not that well, but they get really
They
pissed.
swim as well as bears.
Yeah.
Which is
And bears swim pretty good.
Yeah. They're not like fish.
I've only seen grizzly bears. It's kind of scary how fast they swim, honestly.
Yeah, not as terrifying as tigers.
It's kind of scary how they do everything.
Well,
It's a
maybe,
bear.
maybe one of us should climb to the top and see what's up there.
Bears are scary.
Yeah, I'm going back to the shore.
That's
But
where
yeah,
I can
that's a great
jumps
idea.
out into the water and swims back.
Swan dive. Because now he feels younger.
While I'm getting out, I look at the disturbed surface. Do I see anything?
You do. You see the reflection in the cabin, and when you break contact and look to see where it's from, it's gone again.
There's something to do with this pool here.
Blue Fox, and you're underwater and you kind of surface and you're looking around, and you see there seems to be a strange amount of like copper pieces and stuff at the bottom of this pool of water.
Yeah, those were mine when I was throwing them at Altharius. I picked all those up.
And you come up to the top. You start swimming around again. Now you're just having fun.
Oh, I hold my breath super long. I'm gonna go down there and get me some copper.
You're a very good swimmer.
I'm a very good swimmer.
The best swimmer.
Best swimmer.
God, times like this, I wish I had minor illusion. See a tentacle.
Do I know like any from the books I used to read anything about like the wishing well sort of stuff?
I mean, there's a really old story that's going around, but it's the wishing well is always like in some town and always has some magical like creature at the bottom that grants the wish of people who are deserving.
Cat 5.
Did you? You said something about copper? Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting me some copper. You want some?
No, I've
Hope you
got
can hold your
one.
breath. It's down there.
Okay. So I take a copper piece and first I just set it on the column.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah. So you set it on top of the marker, right, with the symbol on it. So you put it on there, and I mean it's kind of like wide, so
Yeah.
there's enough space for you. So you take the copper and you put it on top, and you don't see anything happen right away. You don't see a cabin or anything like appear. Nothing really seems to change.
So I grab another piece of copper and I kind of just flick it into the water.
Okay. And so you just chuck it in there and just makes a small splash, nearby, fucking near loot lock. Just plop into the water. He's down there and he sees it fucking drift in. So nothing changes. You do hear a voice, and it's kind of a
Not again.
yeah. It's Lilith. She's like, "Oh, we're all swimming." She dives right in. She's like, "Yeah, water's not my thing." Turns into blood.
It was good.
Yeah.
was mine.
That's the darkest.
Yeah.
Waterfall of blood.
This copper's still mine, though.
Yeah. So you hear a voice that kind of calls from the. You look around to identify where it's coming from, and nearby, like sitting nearby on the rock on the shore near where you left your armor, you see a strange creature, and you've heard of them before. This is your first time ever seeing one. Looks like it's a man from the waist up and a goat from the waist down.
Good.
And he has like this satchel and like a mead horn and some random herbs and things attached to him.
We
Strewn
all
across
see
his
him?
body. Well, whoever is right next to him does.
Oh, okay.
You two are still behind the waterfall.
Yep.
So you don't hear or see anything over the waterfall. And he just in this kind of gentle kind of voice, and he's just, it's been a long time since I've had a visitor. What do you want?
Well, that's unexpected.
Most people don't expect my kind. But then again, I haven't had a visitor in 200, 300 years. It seems
Okay.
people have forgotten about me.
Seems that way. Well, honestly, we came here looking for a half-elf bard. Walked into the forest, never saw him again. It's only been a few hours. I guess I'm making it sound a little more dramatic.
I haven't seen anybody come my way.
But no other humans in this... Humans, elves, nobody?
No, nobody comes here anymore. Nobody comes to me seeking my aid or my wisdom.
So... what wisdom is that?
Well, it depends.
Alright. Fuck. I think we have a visitor. Maybe you should leave the coins at the bottom.
He's swimming after your copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hits the surface and comes up, and he's like, got this hand, and he's like,
Hey,
you know.
I'm at like 8 wishes over here.
yeah, probably best if that was stayed where it was. We have a visitor? Or
Right.
we're the visitor? Are we your visitor?
I mean, you came to my home. You put the coin in the pool. I assumed you wanted to talk.
I had no idea what would happen. Honestly, this is all catching me off guard.
Do I see the visitor now?
Yeah, you see him.
Our visitor?
Yep.
Who's that? What's going on? And I start coming out of the water.
Alright. Yeah, that's a good place to start. Let's introductions. My name is Aaron Riken. I'm
How about the rest of you then? What about the two behind the waterfall?
the Dragonborn is Alfarius. He's got a last name that doesn't matter. And the other one's Luke.
Okay.
He's catching a fireball. As soon as I'm of level, you're catching a fireball.
Do what you gotta do, brother. And the half orc there is Luthok.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Seen any little girls running around here doing any
Didn't
ritual
call out to us.
sacrifice?
No, like I said, nobody's visited me in hundreds of years. It seems that the local populace has forgotten I even exist.
Well, you said you were like wise and stuff, right?
In ways, yes, I am. I used to aid the sick, and they had questions of herbalism, and sometimes they used to come and ask for favors, and I would grant them favors.
Well,
For like souls and stuff, or
it's not always about
Oh, for
souls.
trinkets or favors.
Okay.
do you know about like once every so often little girls go missing randomly, like one of your friends out here doing this? Voices from the woods, kidnapping little girls, generally beautiful, budding into a young woman or whatever.
I haven't seen anybody in quite some time, so I don't know anything about anybody who disappears. No, most people who come here are here for a reason. They're looking for something, or they're happy, or they. Either way.
Well,
Okay. Well, then if you know the forest, maybe you can help us find our bard friend. What would it take for you to assist us with that?
It might take a favor to be sure returned at some time. It
Sure.
depends on the nature of how long it will take. I mean, your friend, where did he disappear? What was he doing? What does he look like? What is his name? Names are important.
Thalen Ranthrana or something like that. He walked into the forest searching for clues about this girl we're also searching for, which I'm still sick of looking for people. Anyway, not important. He is, half elf. He's got a white streak in his hair. Thin. Average height for an elf.
Would you say young, old?
Young, 27.
Oh, very young
sings
for an
off
elf.
key.
Sings off key.
Not a good bard.
A bard. Well, I can't say for certain, but I can say that at least in my realm and sphere of influence, I have had no such visitors or seen any trespassers other than yourselves or travelers come nearby.
Any neighbors?
Would you
that might
consider
know?
him a handsome man?
Yeah.
Well, you did say he had elven
That
blood.
hurt him so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the elves usually are.
Yeah, you know the pretty type. They're so pretty, it's kind of gross. Yeah, that's him.
I mean, what was he doing when he walked into the woods and disappeared?
Searching for signs of the Fae, if I had to guess. He may have come
And why
in.
would you be looking for a fae?
The little girl we're searching for was hearing voices in the forest, and there was some indication that it might be some sort of involvement with the Fae.
Yeah, like pixies and fairies and stuff.
Yeah. She would talk about pixies and fairies in the forest and speaking with them. Many of the humans in the city thought she was just imaginative, but, well, we're talking to you, so
I keep to myself.
yeah.
Like I said, people haven't visited for quite some time. People don't come into the wilderness and talk to the fae or interact with us. We're always assumed to be mischievous and have our own agendas and be up to no good, and it seems as though your kind is always labeling us as such unfairly.
Yeah.
We have some Fey neighbors that do like to screw with people, because now there's like 2 people missing.
Well, it seems like you had a thought. He's a handsome fellow.
So he was wandering into the woods, but what was he doing?
I heard him call out in a language I didn't understand. It wasn't Elvish. I recognize a couple of words in that, but it was close.
So your friend walked into the woods and he was calling out.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in particular?
Like I said, I didn't speak the language he was speaking. Hey, Luthot,
What?
should we gather? What are they doing back there?
I don't know. I figured they were making out or something.
Ew, lizard tongue.
Yeah. Huge.
Obsessed with dragons, you're fun.
Yeah.
Hey! Hey! And I call out over the
So he
water.
kind of gets up from his sitting position and he kind of walks over and he goes into a sack and he kind of has this weird, this device, like this piece of metal. And he's like, if you take this, it might lead you to him. It's important that you understand, though, that what he was doing and what he was saying was especially important to tracking him down. This can only lead you to things that are lost.
Huh.
So he hands it to you. It's just this little, almost very bent, almost like thin piece of wire that's been bent a bunch of times and crooked.
So, a divining rod for lost things, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Maybe just be like, he's always fancying himself a hero and stuff. Maybe you could be like, find hero.
Yeah. Is there anything specific about how it works? Just keep him in mind. Focus on what I need to find.
I can't say for certain, but it sounds like your friend somehow crossed over into the Feywild at some point. At this time of year, near Sylva's Day and the spring, both those realms are especially close to one another. Especially during the night. If it didn't happen at night, then I'm assuming that somebody or something called your friend to it, or him or it.
And I guess he just didn't even try to resist. Just kept walking.
How are we supposed? If he's in the Feywild, how are we supposed to even follow him there?
Do you know of
Find
any
a
crossings,
portal.
or is it just like something on the other side needs to launch you there, or are you just lucky enough to stumble on it?
There's a few different ways. You can find areas or crossings where the plains are very thin. The veil between them is very thin, and you can wander into them. The intent and the purposes, though, that's really what matters. Most people who wander into the Fae through the crossings without any magical aids are normally lost. They're either lost. Again, if you had any idea what he was doing other than just calling out into the woods, if I knew what language he was speaking or what he was saying, I might be able to give you a better clue. But if you don't know, then I can't help you.
I want to rack my memory and see if I can just recall.
Okay.
And you tell me, boss. Hey, that's pretty
Oh, my life is such a great thing to roll 20s on.
You remember very specifically that Faye speaks Sylvan, and that B, he said, maybe we should walk into the woods and just ask. And then that's what he did.
All right.
He said, maybe we should walk into the woods and just ask if anybody's out there.
All right, so just before he walked in, he said, we should just ask if anybody is out there. And he must have said it in Sylvan. I recognize enough Elvish to know it. And it wasn't Elvish, so Sylvan is my guess. And he called out just looking for someone.
That makes a great deal of difference. If he asked openly, and there was maybe a crossing or a sensitive moment in time when it was possible to cross into the Feywild, an open invitation of such is just that. It's an open-ended invitation, which means anything, anybody, or anything with a domain that he would have been near could allow him to cross.
Yep.
Most people know better than to invite random Fey creatures into their world, or vice versa.
Most people would know that.
It's a very dangerous thing, giving names back and forth and people knowing one another about it. If he's given his name or told this Fey who he is, then finding your friend could become a real problem.
Did you tell him your name?
Listen, I want to thank you for all you've done. And if this divining rod thing is a gift, that's super cool.
But there's any number of places. The Feywild doesn't just open to this spot here. If he openly asked and somebody heard, he could be anywhere in the Feywild.
Don't look at me like that.
So Bard. Alright, so you're
And
telling
not all Fey, although we wrongfully are accused of mischief and deceit and of things that are of the evil nature, not all Fey are of the such, but there are those that, the unseelie, that would do harm upon strangers and take vengeance against those who have committed atrocities or harm to our kind.
Okay. So, just to summarize, we need to go into possibly one of the most dangerous places to find the elf that constantly was leading us into terrible situations. And I personally kind of just don't like her. And we have to go there to save his life because he was silly enough to just open-ended, hey, let's be friends. I think we should let him die. I think we should let him die. I'll leave it to the group, I guess. Did they hear you?
I don't know.
There's a waterfall.
They're very involved.
They're very involved.
What are you guys? What are you guys doing? Anyway,
You know, I'm still searching.
do you have any
walls.
thoughts on what you're hearing about all this nonsense?
Oh, it all sounds super bad.
Yeah, right. It does.
It sounds really
It
bad.
sounds
but then,
awful.
But then you swore an oath. So, much like your deal with the devil, this one's gonna come back and get you too.
You know what though? God damn it!
Should have put
You
fine
really
print
need
in
to
that
stop
oath.
doing that.
I've made competing oaths. I think.
We should have put fine print in that oath. Unless it's stupid.
Yeah, unless
But-
it gets me killed.
But now that I know what happened, it should be much easier for you to find your friend using the magic item that I gave you.
Okay.
You find your way into the woods with no direction and no thought other than your friend's visage, and it might lead you to where he went through.
Wow, that's Is there any guarantee that when we cross, we can get back and be where we need to be?
You should be able to.
I reckon. You ever thought maybe if our friend can go missing into the Feywild in the time of year he was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's where that young girl got up to.
Honestly, that had totally just exited the brain. But yeah, that makes sense.
And then, Alvarez had a god bring him back, so maybe there's like some sort of like fates at work.
I keep to myself. I haven't visited this plane in hundreds and hundreds of years, so it's changed, and the things about it are alien to me, and I don't venture here to this realm very often.
I grab a rock and I throw it towards the waterfall.
It hits the waterfall and cracks. And he gives this look like, what are you doing? You know?
Trying to get my
Do I-
friends out from under the
I
waterfall.
see it.
Yeah, so you hear a crack in the waterfall.
Well, I dive
But-
out.
There is here in the area someone that you could visit that knows far more than I do about possibly locating your friend. She knows she's been here for far longer and visits far more often than I do.
Oh, does she?
Her name's Lilith.
Great. That sounds great. The more information we have, the less likely we're gonna die trying to save him again.
Careful, Rankin. The more information, the more favors, it sounds like.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
Head west from here, past the stream, using the divining rod, and ask for a visit with Shelvas.
what was your name? I introduced you.
Anatea.
What's that?
Anatea. He gives kind of like a slight bow. It's like, Anatea, the satyr, the helper.
Well, once again, thank you for your help. Thank you for not just showing up and being, murderous. That was good. Swift change of luck from our previous days.
And on that note, someday I may call on you for a favor.
Yeah, you and several others.
Exodus, the group who owes too many favors.
Normally happens. But Shelvas should be able to help you more clearly. Maybe she may be even able to take you directly to the Feywild or find your friend. She might even already be aware of his location.
That is awesome. Let's do that. Great. Let's go into the Feywild. I always wanted to go into the Feywild. How about you, Orc?
You ever wanted to go where the elves came from?
No, fuck no, unless I'm burning it down.
You sure? Because it sounds like a great fucking time.
Well, if I was going with a bunch of friends, like a horde or an army, then I might be down. But the whole, let's go into the Feywild by ourselves with a bunch of elves. They're a bunch of jerks. Fucking treating other people like crap. Fucking kill people for fun. And not the good old classic fun, like maiming and torture, but just like on a whim. They're just like, oh, no, yeah, you're cool. Wait, no, you're not. You're dead.
You know what? I'm convinced. Let's leave him. Where are the others?
But
Throw another
if
rock.
if it is a bad pay,
I already said
and
I
we
came
kill
out.
it, could get super dope trophies out of it. Like, imagine walking around with a necklace of fairy wings. Everyone would think you're a badass.
Well,
Kinda, sorta.
no, you're right. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool,
Yeah,
right?
it would.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, guys.
Nah.
Yeah, have a lot of fun on that.
All I heard was
Wonderful.
necklace of fairy wings, and I'm just
Yeah.
like in the water, stunned. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you guys come back out of the waterfall, and look around. You see them like talking to each other, but you don't see anything else.
About freaking time we got a lead on our two little girls that are lost. One's an elf.
I got the joke.
Yes, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm glad you gotta go to the Fae.
Oh, are you? Are you glad?
No,
Does that make you happy?
No.
You're leading us into certain death again?
I'm here first. I'm screwed.
God damn it.
There's no secret entrance behind that waterfall.
No, but I
No.
got these wishes, and then he has a stick that will tell us where to go.
Yeah,
What?
actually. Where'd the satyr go? Did you see him leave?
No, but I didn't
what?
make a deal.
Oh, God, again.
Oh yeah, by the way, he made a deal.
Why do I keep doing this to myself?
You made a deal with who?
Oh, this goat dude.
Goat dude. Does
Yeah,
that,
he's
sound,
a part of
does that
goat.
sound familiar?
Yeah, it sounds like a satyr.
No,
Yeah, this goat dude.
wasn't sure.
His weird magic's kind of freaked me out. And then he wanted to make extra deals, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's probably not a good idea. I have an intelligence of 8, right? I act like it.
A half goat man that just appears and makes deals? Sounds satanic.
You know, when you put it that way,
Oh no, this dude was like really close friends with a lot of like fairies and fae and stuff. And was really like touchy about them being all fickle and messing with people. He's like, oh no, we don't deserve it except for, yeah, that's totally what's going on.
Like, oh man, I'm getting nothing but good vibes from this place. So he sounds like the dude.
he was not terrible. I did thank him for not coming out and just killing us. Because,
To be honest, at this rate,
everything else so
that's
far.
pretty fucking great.
Yo, so what was the
That's a
lead?
friend if they don't try to kill
Alright,
us.
so he suspects, and, I'll take his word as an expert, that when Thalen went in and just declared to the forest that he was looking to find someone, anyone,
Stroke my scales and go on.
that something on the other side of the Feywild opened the way for him, and he's there now.
Like apparently it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Like anywhere in the Feywild. He's just like, and then I guess they know his name or because he was being all friendly. He's like, oh, I'm dead and I'm a bard, so now they like have extra control. Some weird magic thing.
But the satyr gave me this divining rod sort of thing. It says that if I keep my intent on Dalen,
And wander aimlessly.
wander through the forest, that it will lead us to where he is. Maybe.
I'm convinced that it's just like one of those stories that actually means something. Where it's like, oh yeah, we'll find him because he's dead, and that's gonna get us killed. That's my own working theory.
We should do that. We should. Well, he also gave us a lead on someone else, another Fae nearby that might have more information if you want to get some more.
More information, more deals.
Shelvas. He didn't say actually what sort of creature she was, just that she was to the west. May know exactly where to find him.
Which direction have we been walking into the forest?
West, southwest.
Yeah, so just like deeper.
Just deeper into the woods towards the mountains, slowly kind of moving uphill through the woodlands.
Going deep.
What you planning on doing here?
As we move forward, though, if we decide to go that way, remember Owlbear.
Is that the direction we heard the owlbear?
You're not really sure where it came from.
The echoes in
Woods.
these trees make it really hard to tell, but they're being territorial and us in their region, all bad. So we need to be careful.
Alright.
Let's not pull a Terrowyn. You think that's gonna stick? Feels like that's gonna stick. Pull a Terrowyn.
Where you just kind of wander and adventure happens
Oh yeah.
in your wake?
Yeah, it's just and then you're a hero.
Isn't that how we got here to this pond? We just kind of wandered into the forest.
Sort of.
The vine works in mysterious ways.
Alright.
We wandered, but we didn't speak Sylvan.
Well, we
Apparently that was the mistake.
we touched a stone, shot at it, swam in a pool. Oh, we did a lot of shit out here, and we got answers. And I put on my armor, and I trust him.
Sounds good.
Alright. So yeah, we go in the direction he told us.
10 minutes later.
5 minutes later, I'll help
Okay.
you.
Alright.
Okay. That's you guys.
We'll call it 6 because I don't know how your buckles work.
You take the divining rod and you holding it like kind of between your fingers. You walk with it in front of you, and you just start wandering aimlessly through the woods, just following direction and letting wind take you to where you need to go. Just so, who are you thinking of? Thalen or Shabas?
Team? Who am I thinking of?
That's on you, bro.
Shell boss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shell boss. Yeah, let's
Yep.
get some more information.
That's the one.
This is the trick. Don't think of Shellboss, and that's all you can think of.
Boom, now I'm stuck.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Whatever you do, don't think of honeybees.
So you wander for another hour or so, heading in the general direction that you think, just turning them around whatever tree and walking and ducking underneath fallen logs and climbing over large rocks and finding your way through the underbrush. And the area and the wildlife starts to get thicker, and you start to see more deer more often than the screeches of hawks overhead. And luckily, you don't run into any owl bears.
Oh, you don't want to go down that road. There's owlbears down that
But
road.
eventually you walk around a tree and you end up in a bright, sunny, almost small grove, an alcove, in these ancient, gnarly trees with roots just growing over the top of them and over each other and winding around, creating this almost wall on the very outsides. And then you see that there's a large, almost archway out of these twisting vines and roots of these trees, and you watch as the trees actually shift slightly and move, and the branches are kind of just moving around each other as you're watching this happen. And in the center of this small grove, it seems to be like there's a circular stone floor with like a stone table, flat and round, just in the middle.
Yeah. Of course there is.
Oh, look at that. It actually freaking worked. And we're not dead.
Yeah, not yet. So, yeah, I keep walking. Focusing on her.
Okay, so you just walk into the grove.
Yep.
You think we walk into the grove and we go around that table and we say her name like 3 times or something?
I stop. Sure. I mean, I don't know what we're doing here, honestly.
I don't know, Mr. Fairy Tale over here.
Listen, those storybooks are a long time ago, and I thought it was made up. Honestly, I thought it was all fake. Sounds made up, doesn't it? Doesn't this whole thing sound insane?
No. It's our little stories are, oh, you go out there, they're gonna end up killing you, so don't. Then we don't, because it's totally believable, because little orc kids, if they wander out, sometimes they don't come back. Where they're not as strong as the big ones, so we take that totally seriously.
Alpha, what do you want to do?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I walk into the grove.
Yeah.
So you walk up and kind of get near this large stone like table, like just looking at it. It's filled with all sorts of intricate carvings in some language. A lot of the design of it matches exactly what was on the marker that you approached near the satyr's home. It's covered in vines, but bright white flowers sprouting off. Like what would be that? Like some sort of myrtle of some sort with kind of like a blue interior. And look around, and the sun is just kind of shining through this canopy, and the trees are still just kind of moving, and every once in a while you hear like the bark and the branches bend and move, but it does it in some sort of almost lyrical pattern, like the trees are communicating with one another. And you feel like you're being watched.
Oh, good. That's unsettling.
Maybe you should say like, oh, we were sent here by your friend Goat Boy.
Sure. Yeah, we could try that. So
Don't give her your name, because apparently that's like powers.
yeah. So I grab a copper piece, set it on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and just call out that Unatea sent us here. Said you might have answers about our lost friend.
So you speak outwards. There's kind of a stillness, and the trees stop moving, the branches stop creaking, and then slowly but surely you see that several of the trees on the outside of the ring begin to kind of open like doors, and out come through these, one through each, come these tall humanoid looking people with leaves and grass, and they look like human shaped trees, and they all kind of step out. And then another one, far more elegant, like wreathed in the colors of autumn, comes through the archway and starts to approach. And then a very, very quiet whisper, she begins to speak to you in Sylvan.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Just kind of looks at you and then changes her mind, and then common, what brings you to my grove? You come with the recommendation of Unatea. I have not heard from him in many years.
We're searching for our lost friend. He may have been transported to the Feywild. And we're looking to find him and get him home. His name is Thalen Rainthrana or something like that. And he's a half-elf, handsome, with a white streak in his hair, scarred a bit, minor lycanthropy.
So I have not seen this man, nor have I heard him.
Okay.
But if he matches the description, I can only imagine that he went possibly to maybe one place. Did he come here to speak to the Fae?
He declared an open invitation in your native language, Sylvan. Because he's a silly, silly boy.
This is truly troublesome indeed.
Yeah.
This area of the woods, this area of this land is home to a rather, should we say, dangerous and very powerful archfey called Vithiera.
Yeah, an archfey. That's much worse. Much worse than I was thinking.
Vithiera?
Vithiera is ancient and as old as the Feywild. If he wandered to her domain, then chances are that he's fallen under her spell. You won't be getting your friend back. You will have to convince Vithiera to give him to you.
You know, I'm persuasive. Not feeling that persuasive.
I am so sick of trying to persuade otherworldly, godly things, you know? I just feel like I've met my quota.
You're right, kid.
Uh-huh.
She wouldn't happen to be a dragon, would she?
No, she's an archfey.
Yeah.
The,
I'm not looking so hot.
this stage whisper, this one seems to be more friendly than the last one, like they know each other more. She's naming off these other fae. She might know who's making these young girls disappear. And she knows this Vithiera, maybe she knows the name and the magical power of who's kidnapping little girls.
You know, I need to thank you for keeping the focus where we should, saving a little girl's life. So while we're here, we are actually searching for another missing person. A girl, age 16, last in a yellow dress, Helsa. She's,
Dirty brown hair.
yeah. And what was the last name of the family?
Brookston.
Brookston?
Brookston.
Helsa Brookston, a human girl.
She liked wildflowers.
She did.
Yellow dress.
Yeah.
White trim.
Mm-hmm.
16. Little girl.
Yeah.
Cute as a button.
Yellow dress.
Yellow dress.
That's really all we know.
Brown hair.
Missing.
Yep.
Parents really torn up about the whole thing.
That's absolutely true. It's a long shot. But
Yeah.
we're already here and you seem knowledgeable. So do you know anything about human children, specifically girls, being snatched up just before coming of age?
Yeah, getting your fae friends
Or
into that.
vague neighbors, acquaintances?
Acquaintances.
Anybody else in the
Yeah.
forest? I don't
Anybody
know how
else
the
in the
I don't know how the block
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I don't know how your gossip works.
What's a fae neighbor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's,
Couple,
Any other-
couple 100,000 miles.
I know,
Any
huh?
of the other national parks in this area have any?
Why? I'm just having a thought again that once again we're getting drawn into something incredibly dangerous
As usual.
because of the bard.
All we're doing is just walking around.
So
Ain't
fucked,
bad.
friend.
Well, worst case scenario, she says, no, can't have him back. And we try.
Look, I'm serious. I met my quota on reality altering deity level women. I'm done with that. So
You know, if anything, Riken, you have the most experience here out of all of us. And
Yeah,
feeling
doesn't
is,
that make you like a...
it hasn't been good experience.
but it is experience.
Okay.
If anybody can negotiate for him, it's
Yeah,
it's going to take all of us. But
extra planar wind speaker over
There is another concern that,
I don't think she's going to ask you for your soul.
well, mine's been claimed.
Exactly, that shouldn't be a problem.
My
Stop her from
concern
asking
is
for yours.
that I will be forced to
No.
do unpleasant things in its presence because of Lilith.
Well, if Lilith goes murder on Faye, that's fine.
She won't be doing it personally, I assume.
If you get murdery because of Lilith, on Faye, that's fine.
I don't want to die for him.
You think maybe her connection might be weaker there?
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I can't really tell.
Weird possession
Be a
stuff.
good place to live for you.
Honestly, no. I feel stronger than ever, which I assume is because she's got a tighter grip than ever.
Oh, it's not like you just filled up on souls, so you're good for a little while, kind of thing.
That's not really how it works.
I don't know. You were saying you weren't hungry. I figured you filled up on souls.
That's food. That's okay. You know,
Isn't it kind of the same thing for
not
you?
at
I don't
all.
know.
Nope.
Soul leader. I haven't been on this. This is new territory for me. I don't know how this all works.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure
The High Council.
Show us.
Shelbus is just enjoying all this.
Yeah, she's just been patiently like watching and as you guys
All the time in
discuss.
the world. I like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I have
As
a
for the
question
little
you.
girl, I'm sorry we got sidetracked.
Yeah, a person who matches that description did come here.
The little girl.
Well, that's lucky. Or is it not?
She was invited to take part in the Malian Shay.
Huh?
What?
I don't know what that is.
It's a sacred ritual.
Malian
Regular
Shay.
It
sacrifice?
takes place at this time of year. Every so many hundreds of years. When one of us finally goes back into the earth or the land permanently to be one with Lashana, she's replaced.
Huh. I see. So
She is
She's-
Faye now?
taking a place. That's a good question. What exactly is she taking the place of? What are you?
They're dryads.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So she's a dryad now?
No, she's not. They must undergo a ritual trial. But first, they have to decide whether it's what they want or not.
So she's off deciding right now?
Yes?
In the Feywild, I imagine?
We're kind of there, friend.
So is she around? Can we speak to her?
Well, she's not here. You would have to go find her.
But she came here willingly.
Yes, as it always is.
So,
Case closed.
how do we explain that? Do
Your
we
daughter's
just
a
say
stiff.
she's dead?
We can deal with that another time.
I think that's easier.
Sure. She'll be relatively safe. Or does the trial typically end in failure? I don't know.
It could. She is one of several people we have tasked with possibly taking the ranks of our own.
What happens if they fail? Is it like trial by combat to the death? Or something?
Normally only a few will agree that this is something that they want, for it means staying here forever until you also yourself become one with Lashana.
And failure means non-acceptance, and that's it, or what?
We send people on their way. They won't remember even being here. But those who do accept to undertake the trial, sometimes none survive.
None survive. What kind of trial is it? They just fight, get turned to mulch? What? How does that work?
Well, they must first pass the trial of the Fey Dark. Then they must pass the trial of truth and wisdom.
We really can't split our focus. She came here willingly, but
half-elf is probably trapped for some archfey. So let's focus on the girl, because that seems like a way more manageable task.
Well, Terrowyn being like a hero and all that.
God
he'd
damn
probably...
it, none of us are heroes.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
He's getting into your head.
Well, you're still talking about heroes and being a hero. He'd want us to save the girl.
I never said we were heroes. In fact, I vehemently disagreed with that.
Right. One moment. With his fascination with being heroes and heroic,
Right.
he would want us to save the girl first, because,
That is
isn't that what heroes do?
That is incredibly logical. I don't know how you came to that leap, but I love it.
I'm honestly just putting off saving them. That's really what it is.
If you wish to speak to her, now would be the time to go.
Use your little stick
If you
thing.
pass through the arches, it will take you to the entrance, to the beginning of the trials, where she is probably making her way through with the others.
So it wouldn't take us long to catch up.
It shouldn't. This is but a portal that we use to protect and passageway deep into the Feywild.
Yeah. But then again...
So she started the trials? I thought she was still just considering it.
It's one and the same.
Tap out before you die, I guess. What do you guys want to do?
I want to go.
Yeah,
I want to go talk to her.
Paladin.
I mean, we're already here. Seems stupid to just leave.
And what are we going to do against an archfey? He's probably fine. He's...
Slaved, like you.
Yep. And I turned out just fine.
Mm-hmm. If that's what you tell yourself, right then.
He's going to get a level of warlock.
He's gonna get level warlock in him.
Alright, well let's try and
Get you
catch
some
up.
warlock.
Yeah,
The archfey. Anyway.
let's try and catch up quickly.
Okay, yeah.
So she turns and kind of points with her finger, just pass through the trees, through the arch, and you will appear in the realm. Sorry, what?
Con, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, okay. You'll appear in the realm of the ancient Gilvan tree.
Anything we should look out for in there? Anything we shouldn't touch?
Stay on the path.
There we go.
Travel not far. Doesn't take much to get lost in the Feywild.
Yep.
That's fucking sound advice. I like that. And that's something I can follow. Stay on the path.
If she has not yet decided to enter into the caverns that lead to the Feydark, then you should find her and the others who've decided yes or no. If they not wish to participate, all they have to do is follow the path back, and then they go home. But if she has entered the Feydark, your only other option is to follow her in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the big ol' fuck that idea.
I got a lot of let's turn back vibes going. I know that sounds...
Beat some silly fate test.
Alright.
Let's find out if she's in there or not.
Yeah, let's go.
Before we leave, I wanted to ask. I know you're fairly smart. Well, sorry, that's putting it light.
Spit it out, boy.
I'm looking for an abandoned sun temple. I was hoping to find answers eventually. Maybe you guys know where it is. Sun elf temple. Sorry.
I don't know of the temple of which you speak. What I do know, I do remember hearing stories passed down that at one time there was a path somewhere in this forest that the Sun Elves used to travel on pilgrimage. It would take them up into the mountains to a vast temple. I've never been there, I've never seen it. But it is here in these woods, the path there. Ancient elven magic still protects it, still hides it from unwanting eyes. But I've also heard from other creatures nearby who've come to us in need or for help that it's not some place that anyone wishes to go. That a great danger awaits all those who go.
I imagine the dragon.
One problem at a time. We've already got more than one problem at a
I
time.
didn't plan on leaving now.
Yeah, no.
Definitely a great lead, though.
Yeah,
Good looking
solid
out.
lead.
Much more than I had before. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I don't know. Could you lead us to a huge pile of treasure that's just buried somewhere and easy to dig up?
No,
Yeah,
I'm afraid not.
that's too bad.
Also a great lead, right? Kid?
No, thank you for all your help. And maybe we'll call on you again.
I mean, more than likely you'll see us on our way back out, so.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine not if you're trying to find your friend. You'll have to go through a different path.
Oh, well. You know where we'll end up when we leave?
Now, you should end up at the tree. But after you leave there, you come back, but that's not the route to the Archfey.
I got you.
Okay, let's find this girl. Convince her to go home because, no offense, turning into a dryad is a little crazy.
Well, she's always been a rebellious type. Maybe like dryad housewife. You know, maybe she's just not into it.
Okay, fair enough. We'll ask her.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We go to that tree. Well, I guess it's,
Yeah, so you guys
Yeah.
cross it and start heading to the arches, and there's a small, there's a loud crack, and space-time just tears right in front of you, and you look through and you can see, like, looking down this straight path, and at the end of the path, on the top of this large hill, it looks like maybe about 500 yards or so away, there's a large tree. And as you walk through, the portal closes behind you, and you look back and you can see it's the same design, but it's standalone. This like large arch that's been made out of these roots of these two large old trees that you come in between. And you see a path in front of you as it goes further and starts to go down from where you are, creeping into the deep forest of the Feywild. And then we'll take a break.
well, that's easy enough. We'll just stay on the path.
Stay on
Dude,
the path.
what happens if we follow him into the trials and we become super dryad?
I know. What if we get a level of
Oh, well,
dryad?
we can't
What if
leave.
we change our race to dryad? Oh my
Who
god.
says we'll just leave anyway? Screw their rules. Rebellious dryad. Yeah.
I don't think I want to be a dryad. Look, I got a lot of things going on.
You sound confused, right?
Human, undead, warlock, dryad.
So
there
we're
we
going to
go.
take a short break, and we'll be right back. Stick around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in the
50
fire, you know?
Grab a snack.
We are back. And we are back to the Feywild, where you guys, the portal closed behind you, and now the only way forward is on the path that lay before you.
The path of righteousness.
The path of righteousness.
Righteous.
The righteous path.
The path of Rikenness. Don't you love my puns?
Nope.
No, not even in the slightest tiny bit.
No. It was pretty weak.
Pretty weak. Weak sauce. Weak sauce.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're here.
Down this
So,
path we
so
go.
we're here.
Down the path.
We go down the path.
Go down the path.
Walk down the path.
Yeah. We're gonna walk down this path.
So you follow it, ever going downwards. The tree slowly, and the top of the crest of the hill slowly pulling on the sight as the as a large cave begins to kind of come into view in front of you as you come around the bend from the trees and the winding path that goes through the Feywild. And you come to the front, and there you see, in front of the entrance, you see 3 or 4 women. There's 4 of them there. One of them in a yellow dress.
Oh, thank God.
World's greatest detectives.
This mission became so much easier.
We've literally traveled into another plane to find this girl.
Oh wait, stop! My God, stop! Before we like enjoy that she's there and she doesn't just take off on us. Like we just happened to catch her right as she was leaving.
Yeah, that would really suck.
No, they don't seem like they're in a hurry to go inside.
Oh, okay.
They're all kind of standing nearby the entrance to this cave. Just kind of standing there, looking at it. Their foreboding size and depth of the darkness is impossible to see through. The mouth almost in a way resembles like the maw of some monstrous creature in a way. And looking at it is just unnerving and deadly quiet.
So they're all 3 just kind of staring into it.
Yeah.
They haven't noticed us really.
Not really.
Okay. Well, I walk up to them, kind of look into the dark. Is there anything in there I can see?
No?
Just total
blackness.
sheet of black.
Yep.
It's all an illusion.
All right. Well, then out loud I say, well, that's pretty terrifying.
Certain death, I'm sure.
Are you, Elsa?
So she doesn't hear you at first, but then just kind of like snaps to and looks around and yes, I'm Helsa.
Yep. And I'm so happy to see you.
She looks confused.
no idea.
She looks confused.
Yeah. Because normally when we're sent to do a thing, it's just so many things try to kill us in between the point we're at right here, and I'm so happy to see you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You wouldn't. Your parents, they hired us to find you, and we've literally crossed into another dimension to get to you, so let's go on back, huh?
Now she just turns away from you and just kind of looks at the cave and then looks back and she's like, I'm not sure I do want to go home.
She's obviously not of the right mind. She's staring in a black hole this whole time. And we walk up and now she's... Elsa? Are you in the right mind, Elsa?
I'm fine. Are you in the right mind?
I don't know, this whole day's been freaky as hell. But...
Okay.
You realize the whole dryad thing? Like, you know you're trying to become a dryad, they were saying you're trying to become a dryad.
I know what it means, completing the trial.
And then, like, possible, like, certain death. Like, as part of the trial.
All death is certain.
How
we get there is our own choice.
That's a very mature attitude. Look, we're not going to force you to come back. At least I'm not. But you should know your parents are concerned. And your betrothed is, I don't know, concerned.
An asshole. Is it because you're scared of getting married or something? Is that the whole thing? You're like, oh, I don't want to get married, so I'm going to run away and be a plant.
No, I'm not afraid of getting married. I was looking forward to it. I just feel like this is something important. And they have to be here, and they need my help.
Well, do they really? Because they have these other ones that are thinking about going through the trials. It's like, there's plenty of... Seems like they have options. It doesn't have to be you.
What if it was meant to be?
A solid point.
Well,
Yeah, this isn't the only place where they are. The dryads are the guardians of nature's wisdom and the purveyors of it into the world, and they protect the ways and the pathways between the Feywild, the crossing points.
Alvarez, could you talk some sense into this girl?
So I want to just like kind of look around. Like, what am I seeing? Other than this like portal into pure blackness, which looks horrible. The forest we're in now. What's it like?
Oh, it's actually super interesting. There's all kinds of different colored like fireflies that change colors as they flutter about. You see large like butterflies with these deep violet and different colored, multicolored wings. Huge, almost bright silver vein running trees that look as though they have gold or other metals like inlaid into them that run through them in these very interesting circular fashions, and almost everything has this very bright and very vibrant palette to it. Like all the flowers are growing tall and strong, much more so than you see in the material plane where you're from. The wildlife, and there's a great stag nearby that it looks like almost strings of moss growing off of it. It looks like it just moves or is so ancient or so old that it's just accumulated moss because it doesn't go anywhere. It's basically like walking into a dream. Everything is almost a haze and brightly colored. The grass kind of moves and shifts and reflects between violets to blues as the animals walk through them.
Wow.
And then there's this cave, this foreboding hole of blackness that you assume is an entrance into the Feydark.
Well, this is all pretty incredible. Look, kid, you do what you want. Are you going to come back with us, or are you going to do this trial?
I think I need to do it.
Do you have anything you want us to take to your parents? Do you want them to know where you are, what you've done?
If they'll even believe it.
Sure.
Shall we lie and say that you've passed?
From what I understand, I'll be less of the person that I was to begin with, so it's probably best to just tell them that I've passed. Once I become a dryad,
A lot easier to explain, too.
I'll still sort of be the same person I was from what I've been told, but I'll have wisdom of nature and ages past, and won't have the same attachments to the world that I left behind. So, for all intents and purposes, Helsa will be dead as soon as I reach the tree. I'll become someone else.
Okay.
So you just want to do this because it's some predestined, I don't know, prophecy or how that stuff works. You're just going to go. It's not like a thirst for power. It's just, I don't get it.
Giving up everything to become a guardian between the two realms. It's a selfless act, we thought. Give everything up and become something greater.
I've always kind of known that there was something else in the future for me. I think maybe that's why I could never settle into the idea of living a normal life. Not because I was afraid of it or is it something I wasn't wanted, but there was always something there pulling me back. And the Fae and the Dryads have been talking to me since I was a small child. They've been preparing me for this. And if they're not there, then all manner of evil just leaves the Feywild.
I don't get it. She has replacements. Doesn't seem all that predestined. They could pluck any young girl. Just bloop. They don't even remember. They'll just go, and then if they fail or they don't want to do it, then they just go back to their normal lives. It doesn't really seem like a destiny that it has to be you if you can just decide, oh yeah, no, pass. It seems the exact opposite of destiny.
Now, the crossing here has been in a weakened state for 1,000 years because nobody has passed the trials.
Oh, now it just sounds like not destiny, absolute, like certain death because no one can pass these trials. 1,000 years? It's a long time. Sounds like they need to pluck some extra girls, I guess. I don't know. So, she's gonna be a stick. We're gonna go back and say we failed miserably. Great job, team. Frickin', I don't know what I'm supposed to say here.
Do you know more about what's in there?
They told us that there's a powerful creature that we must circumvent in some fashion. The Feydark, as I understand it, is treacherous and filled with red caps and Eladrin, and the ruler of the Feydark doesn't take kindly to trespassers.
Well, if you're scared, I can always push in if you want, give you a little boost. Boost to possible certain death, I guess.
Red caps.
Well, if you're not scared, go in with her.
I don't want to be a dryad.
Scared.
I'm not afraid of the dark. I don't want to be a dryad. I don't want to be a weird elf protector stick person of the realms, much less of the Feywild.
Then don't touch the tree.
Well, he wouldn't be able to become one anyways.
I know.
Only those chosen and purposely choose to undertake the ritual of Melon Shake can become
I know he
a
won't, but
dryad.
that would only hurt his feelings.
Alright.
The Galena tree has apparently the answers to all questions, which is the reason it chooses who gets to be a dryad and the guardian. He can see what will be, what has been, in the present, and all things at once. They were supposedly planted by the gods at the beginning of time, and there are very few of them left.
Well, that sounds pretty awesome.
Oh, certainly that sounds juicy.
All the answers, huh?
That's what I was told. You not but just need to place your hand against its roots and you can see through all the time.
So I know ambition's gotten me in some trouble lately, and that some of that repercussion has blown back on all of you, but I'm real interested in this tree. Because this place is, I know I was hesitant before, but this place is pretty amazing.
So, are you asking
while we're
for
at the tree, we
permission?
can always ask to find the bard.
Have at it.
Come on, you're not gonna make me go alone.
I'm not going to make you. That's a personal decision of your own.
Well, I mean, we can escort the girl there, help her on her journey.
Really?
We could do a lot of good here, especially by fortifying.
Isn't that cheating?
Well, there's also practical benefits as the connection between the Feywild and the forest back home is shored up. And mistakes like this won't happen again, where an idiot just wanders through a portal into an archface home.
Yeah, but I don't see how we're supposed to help her. Like, that seems like there's like rules and order and all these qualifications.
I think the goal is get to the end. I mean, is it that simple?
I can only make it there alone. Or else it's not a trial, is it?
So you can't accept any help.
Not as far as I know. I don't believe so.
So don't accept it.
I don't know what happens when we enter the Fate Arc. I don't know where we go. Or the path.
Are there other paths to the tree?
I don't think so.
Awesome.
Oh, well, if
Not
we
that
have
I've
our
been
stick, we
told.
won't get lost. Right?
That is true.
If you give me some time, I might be able to prep something for us to help the journey.
This sounds like a horrible idea. This sounds like a terrible idea.
Listen,
I don't want to be a stick.
a tree with all the
I
answers.
don't want to die becoming a stick.
Or don't you have any burning questions?
Oh yeah, I have questions. I also know things lie and fate are weird and fickle things. And they'll screw you over. They're hoity-toity and then they turn fucking into assholes and just all bad.
Are you only talking about elves?
I'm primarily talking about elves. They'll judge you, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're so righteous, we're so good, we live forever, loo-doo-doo." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, you want to survive? You want a place to live? No, screw you. We'll fight and take you out."
I look around. I mean, have I seen any elves? Or the other two girls that are there? Because you said there was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them elves?
No. No,
Yes.
they're all human.
Yeah, see, this place is fucking pretty chill so far, man. I ain't seen one elf since I've been here.
No, we're talking about the Feywild. Elves. Directly connected. It's like, oh, we haven't seen a demon or whatever, but we've seen like imps. It's not like it's all bad, it's all connected. And you know what's over there. You don't know what we're walking into.
I probably do know what we're walking into. Probably pretty bad. But we're Exodus. But really, if we can't help the girl get there, then you may just have to find your answers in the library.
Alright, yeah. You're right. We'll just shelf this one. So you're really set on going through with that?
I believe so. She like steps forward like towards the entrance to the cave and she kind of just stands in front of it. Then the other 2 girls turn and they actually start walking back the opposite direction. Back towards the portal. Changing their minds.
Oh, she's going alone now. Oh, those heartstrings. Oh.
We all enter alone. It's one of the riddles we have to unwind. You would have to face the same trials to reach the tree. But at the end you just don't become
I
a
feel
dryad, for you
like
haven't been chosen.
we should do it. I know this is not in theme with our other adventures, but I don't know what else to do here.
Well, we're not. If we go, I guess we'll all get our own questions, but one of us we'll have to ask about. I don't know.
We
how
don't
to
ask
get
anything.
Oh, you're talking about answers, right? What do you get answers for?
She
Questions.
explained that we don't ask anything. You touch it, and you just see it.
Yeah. Well, one of us will have to see
We will all.
how to
Alright,
get Thalen out of
I
the
don't think
she's
you're
made her
understanding.
choice. Are we going through to try and get to that tree, or are we going to go right just gonna follow a different path and try to get to this archway.
As far as I'm concerned, we've already failed or succeeded. I don't really know yet.
We succeeded. Case closed. There she is, alive and well, making decisions.
Where are you trying to go?
Clear that she wanted us to.
We're
tell
looking
her parents
for
that she's dead.
a path to the archway. What was her name?
Oh, the Archfey.
The archfey who rules this realm is Thyra.
Thyra.
That's the one.
This route.
Have you heard of a path? Is there a path from here?
The Thyra's realm is not far from the entrance to here, which is probably why your friend found it so easy to be lost or invited.
Yep.
We'll leave it at that.
But we can
If
get
you
to
value
her
your
from
friend's life, you should go save him.
here. Okay. Case closed. Let's do that. And I'll keep this ever all-knowing tree in the back of my mind.
You could always attempt another
Forever.
time.
Yeah.
You
Well,
must understand that not many survive, and no one has made it to the tree
all right.
in
Let's
at
go.
least 1,000 years.
Let's go find our bard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we should come back at like level 5 when we have multi-attack.
Like it.
That makes a lot of sense.
I disagree. I'd say higher than that. I want to be a little bit
Okay.
stronger.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to an archway. Let's do that.
We're just gonna stray from the path.
Well,
With your stick thing.
we got our guide, don't we? I think that's kind of the idea of this thing. Show the path, even if it's hidden. Pretty neat. This thing, I hope it works whenever, because this thing is neat.
Alright. Riker would never lead us into trouble.
Never.
And constantly trying to lead us out of trouble, to be fair. But something about this place, I feel different. This is going to be great.
It's the feeling of a warm summer day on a day when you couldn't be happier. It's this feeling of elation ever since you came through the door. It's like nothing that you've ever felt before, like being in the warm embrace of somebody you care about.
I haven't
at all
felt like
times.
this since I was a kid. So I'm feeling optimistic. Let's go save a bard. Give him shit. I've done it in a long time.
Alright. Very well.
You know you want to, like, yell at him for getting us into this situation, don't you?
Rather just not be in the situation, but let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. So I focus on that archway and... Before we go, though, do you know a path? More defined path towards...
It seems that you have what you need to find your way.
Excellent. Let's do it.
For those who don't know the Feywild, it's hard to find your way from one place to another.
I know exactly where I'm going.
Oh,
And I have a perfect guide.
Here. Before you take on this challenge that is certain death, because no one's done it in 1,000 years and you're a little girl. I walk over to her, I reach out, and I hand her 8 pieces of copper. The wishes I took from the bottom of the well. And I said, these are 8 wishes. Good luck.
So she takes them and just closes her hand around them and she's like, I don't know what this means, but maybe they can be useful. I don't know.
They're people's hopes and dreams. Wishes. Very powerful stuff. Got a lot of juju juice in them.
Giving
I see.
someone something you call
Thank
wishes
you.
and then saying very powerful stuff can mean very different things in magic.
All right.
Either
Let's
way.
do it. Let's go.
You should be on your way.
I'd love 8 wishes.
Well, I'm going. I start walking.
Look, man, where are we gonna go? We gotta follow you.
Yeah. I go.
Yeah,
Following my
one
intuition.
little Riken chain.
So as you hold it the divining rod between your fingers and you hold it up in front of you. Clearly thinking the name of the Archfey, whose realm you wish to enter.
Mm-hmm.
You start walking, just walking into the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk, and you go through trees, and you exit the forest, and you cross a field of pure blue lilies, and you continue walking, and you walk through a pathway overgrown with giant mushrooms, and you continue to walk for hours on end. And eventually you come out of the forest of mushrooms and you see a giant crystal palace in the distance. Its towers, infinite in number, reaching into the sky, up into the clouds. And you continue walking forward ever closer. And you reach the outskirts of this crystal palace, its gates wide open to the interior. Not a soul in sight. As you enter, you walk up a staircase that circles upwards. You lose track of the amount of stairs that you step. You lose track of the amount of floors that you pass in open doorways and hallways, ever being drawn upwards and upwards through the towers. And it opens up into a large chamber. The crystals, shades of blue and purple and lavender. And there in the room, you see your friend Thalen on the floor, just sitting and looking forward. And you hear a voice, powerful yet soft and sweet, speaks out to you. You're here for your friends, I assume.
Yep.
Mighty first words.
Yep.
Completely out of character, but did anyone else notice how there was an S at the end of that?
Yips.
Yeps. I like it. Yeps.
Or friends.
Yeah.
Friends.
I didn't hear the S at the end of yes.
Yep. Yeah. I know how to spell.
I know how to spell.
Actually, we only came for this one. But if you got some to spare,
No, maybe, I don't know.
Would you happen to have a cat?
I lose track of my guests. I have so many spread throughout the palace.
Yeah. Okay.
I know not who comes and asks for others, and most are those who lose my games or fail to entertain me in some way, and so they stay forever.
Yeah.
Well, you know, since you said that he was our friend, so it's ours, we'll just be taking him and going.
so I walk up to him and kind of kneel in front of him and, you there, buddy?
Yeah, he's not paying attention at all.
Maybe we'll just drag him off and we'll fix him later.
Look, maybe. So, I assume he did or said something silly. Can we take him back?
I don't know, can you?
That I've always hated that question. I don't know. Are you going to let me?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Look, I assume if you let me, yes, I can. Is it alright? Anybody else have ideas? I'm serious about this. Making deals with world-altering powers.
It's super rude not to introduce ourselves. I'm Alfred.
Now hold on. We did get a warning about names.
She probably already knows it.
Or maybe she doesn't.
Look at her. I place my hand over the chunk of iron.
This is all bad. That's all bad.
I'm Alphorus Axelroth.
And I'm Thuric.
Thuric?
Thuric.
Thuric.
I'm a half-orc, so family names don't really matter.
Some of my other companions may be superstitious.
Some of your
Super cautious.
companions are probably smarter than they let on.
You can call me Burker.
Wait, what?
Burger.
Burger
Oh,
Hakon.
I
He's
heard
my-
burger.
Burger.
You can call me burger.
Call me
Sandwich to my friends.
Burger Hakon.
I assume you already know what my name is. You came here looking for me. You came here looking to take your friend away,
Yes.
correct?
Not away. Take
she-
him home.
Is she in the room or is it just a disembodied voice?
Yeah, it's been a disembodied voice. It sounds like she's in the room, but you can't identify exactly where.
Okay.
Between the reflections of yourselves in the crystals, clear like glass and kind of mirroring one another, it's hard to like focus in. It's almost like looking through a prism for the most part. The only real space that is easy to focus on is Thalen sitting on this white crystal slab floor with this like effervescent kind of bluish tone to it flowing through it.
Take a look at him. See if maybe you can help him.
I don't believe your friend wants to leave.
Hey Thalen, are you there? Do you want to leave?
I grab his face and I go, yes, I want you to leave. Oh, he wants to leave real bad. Thalen, your cat, remember your cat, Poopsie? He's crapping all over your house right now. His litter box is full, it's a mess. You really should go home. Let us take you home. Yeah, I was just saying, yes, you can take me home.
Alright. So, what can we do to convince him to come with us?
What can you do?
Oh, god damn it.
His will is his. He decides whether he leaves or goes or stays. Why would he leave?
Well, Poopsikins, of course.
All of his desires and wishes are fulfilled here.
Well, you finally learned how to sing.
Just gonna rip on him. Now he can't protect himself.
I'm hoping that I can inspire our bard with some bardic inspiration.
So you abruptly feel like this hand touch your shoulder, the very, very elegant and soft. And she says, "I don't find your jokes amusing." And she kind of walks around the front of you, and there you see her dark, long hair, her elven features and long ears, elegant, full-bodied, beautiful, wearing these white and very thin garments across her body. This dress that leaves very little to the imagination for the most part. Wearing a crown of some sort, made of some material, probably mithril, with these massive opals all throughout.
Tense. Real tense moment.
She walks up to Thalen and like touches his chin with her fingernail and looks at him very carefully. "Do you wish to leave with your friends?"
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
"Do you wish to give up all of the land and all of the good all of the pleasures of the flesh and of the mind, the secrets of the world. If all these things you wish to give up, you only but need say, and you can leave. I need you to make a saving throw.
Oh, please, a little sex puppet. Game over.
What's the saving throw?
It's charisma.
Which you're great at.
You are pretty good at that.
And
Yeah.
double check real quick.
Maybe.
Now, is this being charmed? So is this, I need to ask because I get advantage, am I being charmed right now?
You were already charmed.
So do I get advantage on this saving throw?
No, because you already failed.
Bullshit.
This is to represent your struggle against the influence that's already over you.
It's like when you got a bro and he gets a really clean girlfriend and you just don't see him anymore.
Is there any way I can use what Luthok said as a way to grant myself bardic inspiration in the moment? Since he said the words.
So what words?
I was trying to antagonize him to get him to snap out of it by making fun of his singing.
No.
Fair enough.
Okay. Good try.
And I will make
Just
a saving throw.
That
Say
is
it.
not correct.
What do you want?
Okay, DC 18.
18. Here you go, man.
Oh, fuck. Nope. I do not pass.
You rolled a 4.
I got a 10.
Yeah, +6 feels good until
I
you
got a 10.
So I answer her.
until you actually roll.
Why would I ever leave? This place is amazing. Has everything I've ever wanted and more.
Ah, great. Case closed.
Why should I go with my friends? All they ever do is insult and make fun of me. Are they even my friends?
So she lifts her finger away from your chin. Oh, you're right.
Friends.
They're not your friends. What do you think we should do with them then? If you don't wish to leave and they've come here uninvited.
Jesus.
Do you think that they would enjoy playing a game? A game for their lives? Make another save.
18?
Yep.
12.
Better.
Why did you do this to us?
Answer.
Oh, Mike, you know the answer, man.
As I think that as much as I enjoyed your games, I think they would enjoy one as well. And what better things to play for than your lives? Especially, I would love to help them play this game. Maybe hurt them. Like you would want.
No, I believe a game of chance is more in light
My
of
favorite.
what I had.
Oh, good. We'll leave it to chance.
RNG. My favorite.
So then you hear the door to the room close behind you,
Yeah.
and you hear the sound of several guards enter the room.
Yeah.
Dressed in pure mithril plate armor with spears and shields.
Yeah.
The tall and powerful Eladrin warriors of her court summoned. And then 2 more come out, and they bring with them a long table. And at the table is enough seats for all of you to sit. We shall play a game involving cards of fate. You will draw from the decks. And if your card is higher than mine, then you're free to leave.
May I attempt to speak up and ask a question to her?
Make a save throw.
Another 12.
That's a no. Your mind hits a barrier. You don't want to disagree with her at all. Nothing she has said But in the very, very, very far back of your mind, you are screaming at the party, trying to explain to them how dangerous and powerful she is, and the things that you want to tell them about her that you have witnessed in the 3 months that you have been at her side.
Time dilation.
And may I ask to shuffle the deck and be the dealer of these cards?
Make a save throw.
Motherfucker.
He moved his roll. He moved his dice tray, by the way.
So anyone that-
You're right. It's the trade's fault.
It's the trade's fault.
Somebody died.
Oh!
It was the trade's fault.
24 is the fucking tray and the table. Didn't roll far enough.
All right. Here's more important. How do you ask her?
Oh!
Mistress, if I may I participate? I want to see my friends' lives hang in the balance. May I shuffle the deck and be their doom for you?
That does sound fun. You being the one that possibly takes away their freedom or lives from them. Yes, you can shuffle it.
Fucking shit! Okay.
So, she moves over to her spot at the end of the table. Their guards bring her a large chair, an ornate in the shape and stylization of her crown with jewels and gems made of pure gold, it seems. And they bring you out similar chairs, smaller. And
Just out of curiosity.
then the guards bring her a box. And in this box, she opens it. And with her 2 fingers, she pulls out a deck of cards. And puts them on the table. I've had the change of heart. I think it would be more fun to draw from this deck instead. As she pulls the first card from a deck of many things.
No!
And then we'll wait till next Friday.
You son of a bitch!
Woo! That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Oh no.
Yeah. Before we lose the highlight though, can I at least sit? I wanted to sit down at the other end of the table.
Yeah, sure.
Where do you guys sit?
I sit by her side.
All right.
I sit next to Alfaris, hoping some of his divine grace will
Will
launch off and catch me.
I sit alone. I'm not trying to catch any of their death.
That's good.
Hi, how are you, bud?
I sit
How
where
you
they
doing?
let me sit.
I just didn't want to interrupt the scene.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Hey,
oh,
we have
it's
something in
getting
common
better,
now.
Getting better.
Gorgeous level
Yeah.
deities tend to pull our fucking luck strings and fate strings today.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dude, I rolled fucking 4, 4, and a 6. Motherfucker.
Yeah, rough.
It was the fucking dice box, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Hey,
totally.
Absolutely nothing to do with chance.
My
What's
brownie points for keeping them all on the table tonight.
Oh, it's definitely chance.
Loving it.
It's definitely chance.
And it's funny too, because I was thinking, okay, what can I do to like help anything? And I was like,
Probably nothing.
let me shuffle the deck. It's the only thing I got.
And when you're in the court of a high deity, a high individual.
Well, the question is, what do you guys know about a deck of many things?
Exactly.
I know
I'm
terrible
As
things.
players or characters?
You? More than us.
Yeah.
I know a lot.
And
Because
the
it's-
question is this deck of many things, does it work differently in the Feywild?
Exactly.
Maybe all decks have different cards. Maybe she made her own deck.
Looking at the camera.
Oh,
I don't know what's coming
man.
next week.
Yeah.
What's up next?
Maybe her deck is different than the deck of many things that you first went to.
It's all death. Everything kills
Could
you.
be.
As a player, I know most of what's in the deck.
Most
Yeah,
of
but
that.
that's
Not
the
a lot
point.
of good.
Yeah.
You don't know anything now.
That's all shit.
But as a character, I don't know what Lucian knows. Probably knows about it, but whether it exists or not.
Yo, I'm always looking for great character deaths.
Yeah.
Straight out.
To be fair,
Dude, like I
It's
saw
pretty
my
good.
life slipping as
Pretty
like I
good
rolled
character,
low.
yeah.
I was like, no. Roll again.
character.
Well,
sheets.
again,
Well, she's very specific. She said if you draw higher than her, so it's like, so what does that mean then?
Yeah.
yeah, and I get to shuffle
Well,
the
she
deck.
changed
So
her
what does that
mind
mean?
now.
Yeah.
But
So
what changed her
that
mind?
doesn't even matter.
Do I get to still shuffle the deck? There's a lot of questions here today, guys.
Who cares if you get to shuffle the deck? It's a way
Could
shittier
matter.
deck.
It could matter. He's seen it. He might have seen it played already.
Yeah.
Maybe
He
I
might
played
know.
this
He
game
might know
before
what
and
cards
lost.
to look for.
They all suck.
And then again, she might like have a perception that catches him trying to fuck with the deck and just fucking use dead with us right off the bat.
At least I died trying
And
to.
then, and then there's the other thing to consider too is like, okay, well, how do we win? Is it draw until like we all lose, or draw until she's gone, or how does this deck of many things work? What's in it?
Can I keep it?
This is crazy.
Is the deck big? Size matters.
Yeah,
I
it fit between both
I
of her
get it.
fingers, and
It's
she is
fun.
Eladrin, so she's about the size of a standard elf. She looks like more imposing and taller, for the most part, more elegant, more beautiful than your standard elf. But it's a standard deck. There's probably 52 cards in there.
Yay.
Crap.
My favorite.
Who knows? Maybe you draw from it, and you get to determine what the outcome of the fucking deck is after you draw. You never know.
Or maybe there's like 30 death cards in there.
Yeah.
Joy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is it a lunch? It's okay. Yes.
Yeah. You guys thought you were just gonna be like drawing a deck and seeing like cutting a deck. Like,
Actually,
who's gonna be higher?
when you
Yeah.
said deck at first, I was thinking the deck of many things. Then
Yeah.
you said
It's funny.
the higher, and I'm like, oh, that's way lamer. Then you pulled out the deck of many things, and I'm like, ah, yes.
When you said that, I'm
Play
like,
with my life.
I get to go grab my deck of cards.
Yeah, the
Little
fair,
shuffle.
the fair, mischievous, and deceiving
Metagaming
at
over
times.
there.
So, and the archfair fickle, and
Who?
so
Meta Matt.
of course she
Meta
changed.
Matt.
Of course she
Matt.
changed her mind on what she wanted to play as soon as she.
I
told
can't
you
help
you
it,
were
man.
okay,
Yeah.
You know.
He is right. You may not be the regular deck of many things, but that still means it's bad.
It's all bad, guys.
Yeah, that's the beautiful
Well,
part. You didn't do your research.
I'm excited for next Friday. The party seems to have gotten himself into quite a bit of trouble.
We'll
find our
dupe boys.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, if you like what was going on, if you're interested in the story, don't forget to come check out our all of our doobly-doos, our links, and check out our Facebook and our Twitter and our Tumblr and our Instagram, etc.
Follow us,
You can
like us.
Yeah, follow us, like us, tell your friends about us.
We need
Yeah.
your approval.
Yeah, we need your approval, please.
Approval.
Please.
You know? next week's episode, yeah, it's gonna be. I can't wait to see these people freak out, especially since one of them doesn't get to actively participate in the game.
I'm super frustrated. You have no
Yeah.
fucking idea.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Chance-aholic. I love Chance, and I love.
Well,
the idea behind it.
actually, he does participate in the game, and it's an important part of the participation of the game. So,
Find out more next time on Legendary
but,
Action.
yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw, if you enjoyed the way the story's going, drop us a follow here on Twitch, drop us a follow on Mixer, and we appreciate it. We love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah,
We're here
actually,
every
it's super
Friday.
fun.
Enjoy the new year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Holidays.
Oh,
Yeah.
Be
shit.
safe.
We get to see you guys next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next year.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
Season 2.
You'll see us next Friday.
Yeah.
Happens to be the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, everybody who's come back, watches us on a regular basis, thank you. We appreciate your
Out
support.
loud. You can speak.
Yeah.
And,
It's allowed.
fucking Amanda's standing over here
Yeah,
like a weirdo.
Pantomiming.
Yeah, she's being, whatever. Like, and so wave, it's not like you're not allowed to
Oh,
be
you
on.
gotta bend down some. Get friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
get
friends,
your
get
words.
friends.
Say hi. Don't be weird. Just be like, hi.
Yeah, get your
Yeah.
get your whole self. in
Still
check.
weird.
Still weird. Yeah. So,
It's his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
There we go.
You stole him out.
almost.
The internet now knows.
Yeah.
Or is it his birthday?
You know,
Yeah.
You
Or is
never
it?
know.
Doubt.
You ever gone to
There's a reason we're in the Feywild.
Yeah.
So time dilation.
Fucked. No kidding.
Trying to fight the inevitable.
Yeah.
Aging. You get no green. Get no.
Parentheses. Amanda, say hi. Don't be weird.
But I mean, with that being said, stick around. We're gonna move you over to another Bearded Family member streamer on Mixer if you're on there, and we're gonna send you over to one of the other D&D channels that we follow and we enjoy.